some sort has crash-landed. I can see movement coming from the craft. Is it the sun? It is. It's confirmed and emerging now exactly what we thought. It is the sun. Ty Clark has just emerged from the craft. He's the son of Kent Clark. And yes, they're teaming up like Superman and Boy Wonder. Father and son finally together. Kent Clark Insurance, Wessington. Equal opportunity provider. 458-2281 for your crop insurance needs.
Playing the game means bumps, bruises, and breaks happen. Lean on Huron Regional Medical Center Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Orthopedic surgeons Dr. Kevin Hofer and Dr. Todd Anderson, along with the Pro Rehab Physical Therapy teams, are here to get you back in your game. Schedule an appointment at HuronRegional.org, because when it comes to your health, the right care is right here. Best of luck to our area athletes from Huron Regional Medical Center.
You're tuned to Dakota Sports on KOKK.
Matt Watson back live on 1210 KOKK, live from Iroquois tonight as Iroquois Lake Preston hosts Hitchcock Tulare. We talked to Coach Solomon. Right now we'll sit down with the hometown head man, the Sharks head coach, Jared Kaufman. And Jared, of course, thanks for joining us here. Before we get to a season-opening win on the road last week, by the way, kudos on that, let's talk about the preseason/off-season. You line them up things like maybe a camp, you line them up things like weights, but the off-season for high school football in South Dakota is largely dependent on the kids participating. How was your participation in the off-season, Coach?
It was awesome. I mean, we have 16 guys out for football, and all but 2 or 3, I mean, were freaking flyers in the weight room. They put in the work in the weight room at the camps, and yeah, I mean, it was awesome.
Well, and you got to love to see that because, and you know this, you've been there since the co-op started, you are basically bringing 2 schools together and building a new program. That is not an easy task.
Correct, yeah. I mean, the first year was rough trying to get everybody on the same page, get everyone to gel, but these boys did it very, very quickly, and not only our boys, but the co-op in general. I think everybody meshed very well.
And you were telling me last year, while you brought back just 1 lineman, this year you bring back a whole bunch of kids. Feel like this is, while it's a young team, it is a fairly experienced team.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, we're bringing back, we only lost 3 seniors last year, our quarterback, receiver, and a running back. And everyone else is returning. I mean, they got a year under their belt, and they're doing really well. You can definitely tell that they have a lot more experience compared to last year.
One thing that jumped out at me right away when I saw your lineup card was, well, first of all, you got a couple of kids listed at quarterback. Maybe you switch them in and out, but both of them are fairly young. You got a freshman and or a sophomore here at the helm. So a young kid kind of running the show, but again, kind of experienced, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Lucas he was running back for us last year. He did really, really well. And our quarterback last year, Josh, he graduated. Lucas stepped up, and he's been doing great. I mean, yeah, we only have 1 game, but I've been really impressed. I was really impressed with him last week with him at quarterback.
Let's talk about that game. 36-26. You guys not only pick up a win in the season opener, but a road win. That had to feel good to open the season.
Yeah, I mean, we took care of the line. The line took care of business. Lucas did great. Lucas had 277 rushing yards in the first half, and we had a total of 375 yards in that win. And then, you know, it came down to the fourth quarter, and it was a nail-biter, but we ended up pulling it off. And, yeah, tip your hat to Wilmot because they did a really good job.
So now you return home, get the home, or one half of your home opener, I guess. That was another thing. Before we get into tonight's game, one thing about the co-op is 2 homecomings and 2 home openers and 2 final home games of the season. There's a lot of, everything's doubled there with the co-op.
It is. So we have 2 home games in each location, but it's awesome. I mean, the 2 towns, Friday nights are electric in Iroquois and Lake Preston. It's awesome.
Let's talk about Hitchcock Tulare. You got a team coming in tonight at 0-1, got blanked in their opening matchup. I got to believe you've seen some tape on that. What did you learn here in scouting Hitchcock Tulare?
I mean, they're obviously a very good program. They won it. Good coach. They're big. They're big and they're physical. And, you know, we preach that all year. We just got to be aggressive and and win up front, and then we should be good.
Real good, Coach. Well, thanks so much for joining us here. Good luck in the game tonight, and, we'll be talking to you down the road.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
Jared Kaufman there, head coach of the Iroquois Lake Preston Sharks. Let's send it back to the studios. When we return to Iroquois, we'll have starting lineups. We'll take a look at your officials, and we'll be about ready for kickoff. Hitchcock Tulare at Iroquois Lake Preston. High school football tonight on 1210 KOKK.
With nearly 130 stores in 12 states, Slumberland has the buying power to bring you the best values from the nation's top furniture brands. Slumberland is America's #1 dealer for Lazy Boy furniture. Slumberland is also the Midwest's largest retailer for Sealy, Simmons, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic mattresses. Slumberland of Huron is completely locally owned and operated. Our staff, including sales and delivery, is made up entirely of your neighbors in Huron. So for the best brands at the best prices, along with truly local service, turn to Slumberland Furniture of Huron.
Stretch's Well Service Incorporated would like to wish the Hitchcock Tulare Patriots the best of luck in today's game. Stretch's Well Service does jobs all over South Dakota, including installation of artesian, shallow, and geothermal wells, and pump repair, installation, and irrigation work. Stretch's Well Service is your TNL irrigation dealer. Get a hold of Stretch or Jeremy and see what they can do for you. Stretch's Well Service of Hitchcock says, "Go Patriots!"
Cheddar Feedlot of Hitchcock is now selling bred heifers, Black Angus, Red Angus, Fancy F1 Baldy, A1 to Black, and A1 to Charolais. All cattle are ultrasounded for 21-day cycles. Call Tony for viewing at 605-350-0401. Cheddar Feedlot now selling bred heifers. Call them today. Again, call Tony, 605-350-0401. Go Patriots!
Look at all the pictures of the resort you'd stay in every year. All you need to do is pay reasonable maintenance fees once a year. With any contract that you're signing, read and understand everything. What happens if you cancel? Can you get out of this contract? If you feel pushed into signing the contract, you need to stop and take a step back. If you have questions, contact the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
Your headquarters for sports is Dakota Sports on KOKK.
And welcome back to Iroquois. Matt Watson live tonight on 1210 KOKK as Iroquois Lake Preston hosting a game here for the first time in a couple of years. They were swamped out in their what would have been their second home game of 2022. 2023, the field was underwater, not able to play, and the community came together in this offseason and got them a brand new field put up here. So Iroquois Lake Preston, the Sharks, breaking in a new field here tonight as they host Hitchcock Tulare. Taking a look at the lineups here for Hitchcock Tulare. Offensively, Michael Nielsen will be the center, Dalton Ratchet and Aiden Morehouse the guards. The tight ends are Morgan Bottom and Preston Whiff. Wideouts are Derek Johnson and Peyton Chasing Hawk. The running back is Blaze Binger, and the quarterback is Patrick Maynard. Defensively for Hitchcock Tulare, Aiden Morehouse, Dalton Ratchin, Preston Whiff, the front three. The linebacking core, Blaze Binger, Michael Nielsen, Morgan Bottom, Patrick Maynard, and the defensive backs are Derek Johnson and Peyton Chasing Hawk. For the hometown Sharks, Iroquois Lake Preston will have a center, Rayson Tim. The guards are Ronnie Green and Rowdy Shield. The tight end, Rexton Blue, and wideouts Bryson Blue, Peyton Hope, and Irvin Carter. The running back is Ben Kurd for Iroquois Lake Preston, and their starting quarterback tonight, number 2, Lucas Pesky. Defensively for Iroquois Lake Preston, the front four will be Dante Glanzer, Rayson Tim, Ronnie Green, and Rexton Blue. Linebackers are Ben Kurd and Rowdy Shield. The defensive backs, Lucas Pesky, Irvin Carter, and Peyton Hope. Hitchcock Tulare comes in at 0-1, lost a home game last week against Corsica. Iroquois Lake Preston picked up a win in their season opener on the road, a win at Wilmot. As always, the officiating crew and the reading of the officials brought to you by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protection, always looking out for you. Our officials tonight, Aaron Vandenberg, Tom Eggers, Al Hansen, Steve Riswald, and Darren Vandenberg. That's your law on the field tonight. Your officiating crew here in Iroquois. Aaron Vandenberg, Tom Eggers, Al Hansen, Steve Riswald, and Darren Vandenberg. That is your law on the field. And as always, it's brought to you by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protection. Got the captains out on the field, handshakes being exchanged now, and we'll be underway here momentarily. A fresh 12 up on the board. You're listening to High School Football, a special Thursday edition here on Dakota Sports, 1210 KOKK. And over the years, there have been Thursday games, some Saturday games. I know they used to do a little Saturday thing at Tiger Stadium where they brought in a couple teams from out of town. So happened to see a Thursday game on the schedule this year. Iroquois Lake Preston going to win the toss. They will defer, and I assume Hitchcock Tulare will probably take the football, and it looks like they will. So Iroquois Lake Preston will move right to left to start off this game, and Hitchcock Tulare will take the football to start, and they will move left to right. Iroquois Lake Preston, the home black unis, blue shirts, white numbers. For Hitchcock Tulare, red pants, white shirts, blue numbers, red outline as the Patriots in town here tonight, looking for their first win of the 2020-24 campaign. Iroquois Lake Preston looking to build on a Week 1 victory on the road. Now moments away from kickoff here. Thanks for being with us tonight. You're listening to 1210 AM KOKK in Huron. High school football coverage now 3 minutes past the hour of 7 p.m. So again, we'll see Hitchcock Tulare's offense first. Patriots will try to get in the end zone, not only first in this game, but for the first time this season. They were held scoreless in that season opener against Corsica Stickney. And Peyton Chasing Hawk is the deep man to return. Also out there, it looks like the up man is Max Gilbert. Set to kick it away here for Iroquois Lake Preston. Dante Glanzer ready to kick it away right to left. So Glanzer glances up and down the line, and he's about set to kick it off to Chasing Hawk. And we will be underway. Again, Max Gilbert, that up man, and Gilbert's going to fall on this one right about the 34 or 35-yard line. So Hitchcock Tulare will take over there. First series on offense. First and 10, their own 34, as we are now underway here in Iroquois. And for the first time since 2022, not exactly a Friday night lights, but Thursday night due to, of course, the holiday weekend, the South Dakota State Fair. They'll go one wide each side. Lone man in the backfield is Binger. Binger will get the handoff and dives ahead for a gain of pretty close to 8. As Blaze Binger starting off with a nice positive number for Hitchcock Tulare. We'll put him down for 7, and it'll set up a 2nd and 3.
We'll give him 8. 2nd and 2.
So Binger, nice gain to start this game. Yeah, that is closer to 8. Binger going to start at the tailback position. He'll get the carry, and he's across midfield down to the 45-yard line of Iroquois Lake Preston. We'll put him down for 13 more and a first down for the Patriots. Hitchcock Tulare into Shark territory. They'll set up 1st and 10 about the Shark 43. Defensively for the Sharks, Dante Glanzer, Rayson Tim, Riney Green, Rexton Blue, that front 4. And you can see them linebackers hanging pretty close to the line after a couple of runs by Binger. Now Maynard's going to keep it himself, and he's in for a gain of 5 or maybe 6 yards. So Hitchcock Tulare effectively moving the ball on the ground to start this game. They go with runs of 7, 13, and now we'll put him down for 5, and it'll make it 2nd and 5 as Maynard gets his first carry of the night. Maynard will go from the gun. They'll stretch it out. 3 receivers left and 1 right. Handoff, Binger, left side, following those blocks, trying to get the corner, spun around and dropped by number 32, Rowdy Shield. Shy of the first down marker, but not by a lot. Binger going to pick up about 4. They'll need almost a yard here for a first down. Set up on now a 3rd and less than 1. And they'll line up just inside the 35, about the 34-yard line of the Sharks. Maynard again from the gun. One wide each side. Handoff. Binger tackled immediately. Did he lean forward far enough to get that first down? This one might be close. And they say first down. They are going to move the chains. We'll put him down for a couple. And we'll make it 1st and 10 for Hitchcock Tulare. So I don't know what the first down situation was for the Patriots last week, but they are consistently picking them up on this drive. 1st and 10, pitch to the near side. Binger again trying to make the corner, and again does not. Spun around and dropped by the defensive end, Rexton Blue. So Binger going to gain 2 or so, set up a 2nd and around 8. Make sure to stay tuned. Halftime, we'll take a look at the first half numbers. We'll get you that scoreboard brought to you by the Mirror Family Hair Care. Gary Zelato Glass will bring us our post-game report after the conclusion of this one. A receiver to each side, and now the motion man right to left is Derek Johnson, and he moved a little early, and that'll be the first penalty of the game tonight for either team. That'll mark them off 5 and set up 2nd and around 13. They'll go from about the Shark 36, 37-yard line. Clock at 8:40 to play opening quarter. No score here in Iroquois. Iroquois and Lake Preston, 3rd year of the co-op. As always, co-ops take usually a year or 2 to kind of get on track. And here's Binger, right side, bounces it back in and back outside. He's down the sideline. He's in close to the goal line. We'll see where they mark him down. This one started back around the 37, so we'll see where they set him up. He's inside the 10. They're waving off the chain gang.
Looks like it's about the 6-yard line.
We're going to put him down for 31 yards, and Hitchcock Tulare looking at possibly their first touchdown of the season. Binger out of the backfield. Johnson in motion right to left. Johnson dives middle. Binger follows him, and he's in for 6.
Binger's up the middle. That's a touchdown. Touchdown, Patriots.
So Hitchcock Tulare will put up their first score of the season. It'll come with 7:45 to play in the first. Be a 6-yard Blaze Binger run, and now they will set up for a 2-point conversion. Maynard will go. Well, Maynard is not even in the backfield. He's at a wing right now. They'll leave Johnson in the backfield by himself. Derrick will take it left side, and he is in for 2. Hitchcock Tulare an 8-0 lead, 7:45 to play opening quarter. We're back in a minute, 60 seconds on KOKK.
It seems like nothing's built to last these days. Well, here's one that's built to last a long time. Portable creep feeders from Vern's Manufacturing in Wessington. These creep feeders are built with convenience and durability in mind. Feed flow is easily adjustable with an agitation bar to prevent bridging and snug-fitting lids. Portable creep feeders from Vern's Manufacturing are made locally in Wessington, South Dakota. Put a portable creep feeder from Vern's Manufacturing of Wessington into your farming operation.
At Olympic Chevrolet in Huron, count on an experienced staff. Count on a knowledgeable staff. At Olympic Chevrolet, count on a helpful and friendly staff. So whether you're in the market for a brand new vehicle or a used, dependable vehicle, count on the staff at Olympic Chevrolet to help you get the vehicle that best fits your needs. Olympic Chevrolet, call them at 605-352-6411. See them at 500 4th Street Northeast in Huron, or go online at olympicgmc.com. Drive off the lot today with the vehicle that you've been dreaming about from Olympic Chevrolet.
Dakota Sports.
Welcome back to Iroquois. Matt Watson here on KOKK tonight as the Iroquois Lake Preston Sharks hosting here tonight. Hitchcock Tulare, the visitor, got the opening possession of the game, and they will get the opening score. 8-0 Patriots lead. Peyton Chasinghock ready to kick it off left to right. Here's the kick. Takes a couple of hops. Sharks are going to fall on top of it. Back around the 30 or just inside of it. We'll see where they mark him down, and we'll get a look at Iroquois Lake Preston. Racing Tim, the center. Ronnie Green, Rowdy Shield, the guards. Tight end is Rexton Blue. The wideouts, Bryson Blue, Peyton Hope, Irvin Carter. The quarterback, Lucas Pesky. The running backs, Ben Curd. Front three for Hitchcock Tulare, Preston Whiff, Aiden Morehouse, Dalton Rathjen. Linebackers are Patrick Maynard, Morgan Bottom, Michael Nielsen, Blaze Binger. Defensive backfield, Derek Johnson and Peyton Chasing Hawk. It'll be Pesky from the gun with Curd behind him. 2 receivers left and 1 right. 1st and 10. Iroquois Lake Preston from their own 29-yard line. They'll give it back in the old flea flicker, and a guy down the right-hand side is open. Did he make the catch? I think he did, or was it intercepted? Oh, Peyton Chasing Hawk picked this thing off. So it was Lucas Pesky, I guess. I thought they had shifted that over to Curd, but Pesky was the thrower. Intended out there for Carter, but picked off by Peyton Chasing Hawk. So turning things around quickly for Hitchcock Tulare is the defensive back. 7:24 remaining in the opening quarter here. Hitchcock Tulare 8-0. They'll get the ball back here 1st and 10 on their own, about the 38 or so. Handoff. Trying to get to the outside is Binger, and he will not.
On the stop.
Rowdy Shield over to make the stop for Iroquois Lake Preston. They will mark him down for a loss of about 6 inches. It'll be 2nd and a long 10. Clock inside of 7 minutes. Patriots strike first and then pick off the first pass from the Sharks, trying to get up a couple of scores early. Handoff again. Nope, Maynard kept it himself. Trying to make the corner, slips the first tackle. He's through the second. He's across the 40-yard line down to about the 42, and around a dozen for Maynard. And Maynard is a little slow to get up. And remember, he had that collarbone issue. Or no, maybe that wasn't him. That was Pesky. Yeah, that was on the other side. So we'll see what. I think Maynard just got kind of pulled down there awkwardly. Either way, he'll be happy with the pickup. It's around a dozen and brings up a 1st and 10 from their own 42. Maynard from the gun, 1 wide each side. Binger in the backfield. Quick pass left side is for Chasing Hawk, and the whistles will kill the play, or is it just an incomplete pass?
2nd and 10.
Boy, it seemed like that whistle came awful early, but no penalty, just an incomplete pass. So now a 2nd and 10 for Hitchcock Tulare, their own 42. Patriots lead 8-0. Same look, 1 wide each side. Now Peyton Chasing Hawk in motion left to right. He'll get the handoff and runs right into Rowdy Shield, and Shield not going to let him have any of it. So Chasing Hawk will lose maybe about half a yard. And we'll bring him back to the 40 for now a 3rd and 11. So after a very successful 8-play all-on-the-ground drive in the opening possession, Hitchcock Tulare now faced with a 3rd and around 11 from their own 40, and a chance for the Sharks here to get it back. Handoff Binger. Left side, can't quite get through the first wave. He's tripped up, and he'll pick up around 3. So decision time now, although I would assume Hitchcock Tulare would kick it away here shy of their own 45-yard line, but we'll wait for the official decision from Coach Solomon. 5:25 left opening quarter. Hitchcock Tulare leads 8-0. And it looks like they are going to go for it. So Maynard will go from the gun, 1 wide each side, and Binger, the lone man behind him, on a 4th and 9. Maynard, the option. He'll keep it himself, and he is down shy of the first down marker. He'll pick up around 6. But that is not enough, and it'll turn it over on downs here to Iroquois Lake Preston. So the Sharks, who were picked off on their first play here in this home game, now will get the ball back 1st and 10 in Patriot territory. They'll have the ball at the Patriot 48, 49-yard line. 5 minutes left here in the opening quarter. Patriots 8-0. Iroquois Lake Preston trying to answer after shutting down the Patriot offense. Here's Pesky from the gun. A couple of receivers left. Curd, the lone man in the backfield. 1st and 10 just across midfield. Pesky barking out the call. Fakes the handoff for Curd. He'll take it himself. Spun around after a gain of about 2, maybe 3. In there to make the stop, Blaze Binger.
Binger on the stop. He'll gain 3. He's 2nd and 7.
So Pesky will pick up 3, bring us to 2nd and 7 around the 46 of the Patriots. Well, Iroquois Lake Preston winning, not only picking up a victory last week, but 36-26, a tight game, pulled away in the 4th, and a road game. So a nice start to the year for the Sharks. Pesky from the gun on a 2nd and 7, and everybody jumping across there. I think maybe Iroquois Lake Preston just pulled the Patriot defense offsides, and they did. So another 5-yard penalty here against Hitchcock Tulare, 2nd of the night. Iroquois Lake Preston yet to be called for a penalty. The Sharks will turn a 2nd and around 7 into a 2nd and closer to 2 or 3. Pesky will again go from the gun, this time 2 receivers to the left, and Curd the lone man in the backfield. Curd the carry, cuts it back, bounces it outside, got a block. He's across the 40, 35-30, and here comes the flag. Most likely a hold, and in fact, the way that Ronnie Green is putting the hands up like, why me? I'm pretty sure that's going to be a hold on the Sharks, but we'll wait for the officials to bring it back. The flag is out around the 39 of Hitchcock Tulare, and it'll have a block in the back or a hold here against Iroquois Lake Preston. And I didn't see if they have a block in the back, so they'll mark off the yardage, bring us to a 2nd and around 11 as the Sharks absorb their first penalty of the night. And that's a tough one. Turns a 2nd and 2 to a 2nd and 12. Pesky from the gun, 1 wide each side. Irvin to the right. Near side is Peyton Hope. Curd in the backfield. Pesky following the Curd block. Bounces it back in across midfield. Bounces off the pile and tries to get it outside. Into the 45 and the 44. He ends up picking about 7 yards up, but boy, did he work for him. Ran into the initial scrum, bounced it outside, and then ran it right back in. So for Iroquois Lake Preston, looks like the officials have an issue with the clock, so they'll set that up here. 8-0 Hitchcock Tulare in the lead, 4:18 now to play here in quarter number 1. Actually, it's going to be 4:05 here in a moment. The officials are going to stop the kids from lining up quickly while they adjust the scoreboard. And there they got 4:05 up. And there's the whistle, and we're back underway. Pesky again from the gun. Now on a 3rd and around 6. Pesky the snap. He'll follow Curd to the far side of the field, trying to get the corner. Cuts it back in. Got a block. He's awful close to the marker. We'll see where they mark him down. It looks to be about half a yard shy. Oh, no, they're calling it first down. Okay, so I officially have the angle wrong here from this side. So we've got 1st and 10 at the 38 of the Hitchcock Tulare Patriots. So a nice run there. And Pesky will go from the gun. 2 receivers to the near side, Hope and Irvin. Curd the lone man in the backfield. On a 1st and 10 from the Patriot 38-yard line. Pesky awaits the snap. Some whistles right before. Oh, I guess they weren't official whistles. Curd's going to get the carry near side. He slips a tackle. Maynard's got him by the jersey, but he's going to keep on trunking, and they'll finally whistle it dead, and here's a flag. That's going to be a late hit on Maynard. So the Iroquois Lake Preston Sharks are going to get 8 on the run and possibly another 15. We'll see. We'll see if they say that it's of the 5 or the 15-yard variety. Yeah, personal foul. That'll be 15. So for Hitchcock Tulare, 3 penalties, 25 yards on the evening. Iroquois Lake Preston, the lone block in the back for 10. And it looks like this is going to be awful close to, yeah, right about on the 15. So a 1st and 10 from the 15. Sharks trying to put one on the board. Hitchcock Tulare leads 8-0. 3:05 left opening quarter. Pesky from the gun, Curd behind him. The two receivers this time to the right, and the snap is off Pesky's hands, and he's going to have to fall on it. That'll be pretty close to
Second down on a loss of about
4 or 5 yard loss there.
the second and 15 from the 20-yard line of the Patriots.
Set up for a 2nd and 15 back now at about the Patriot 20. 2.5 minutes to play here first quarter. Hitchcock Tulare scoring first, leading 8-0. Iroquois Lake Preston trying to answer. Threw a pick on their first drive, but the defense shut down the Patriots, got the ball back, and now marching. 1st and 15 at the Patriot 20. Curd the fake handoff. Pesky's going to keep it himself and gets gang tackled in the backfield. Preston Whiff was through quickly. Patrick Maynard there to help finish it off, and they'll lose a couple more yards.
Back to the 23-yard line.
So about 3 more, and that'll make it 3rd and 18. Now around the 23-yard line. The Sharks need the 5 of the Patriots to get it to, I guess, an and goal situation. You wouldn't move the chains at that point. I guess you'd move the down marker. Curd behind Pesky. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Spreading it out a little more, and here comes the penalty, and that's going to be a delay of game. So that's going to make it a 3rd and 23.
Now it's 3rd and 23. 28.
Second penalty of the night on Iroquois Lake Preston, and another painful one is now 3rd and 28. Snap to Pesky. Lucas back to pass. Flushed out. Runs to the far side of the field. Still looking to wing it. Towards the back of the end zone is over the head of Rexton Blue and incomplete, and that will make it 4th and 28.
That'll bring up 4th down for the Sharks.
I guess that was Bryson Blue.
28 from the 33-yard line.
So Pesky, probably not the start he envisioned through the air. 0 for 2 with the 1 pick, but Sharks still an opportunity here. 4th and 28 at the Patriot 33-yard line. Pesky from the gun, same look, 2 receivers right, 1 left. Curd in the backfield. On a 4th and a mile, Pesky back to pass, looks left for Hope, now flushed out, runs to the far side, lobs it again. He's got a man in the end zone, up in the air, and the ball's batted away by Derek Johnson. Looking for Carter on the pass, and the incomplete pass will turn the ball back over to Hitchcock Tulare. Minute 33 to play quarter number 1 here from Iroquois. 8-0, the visiting Patriots in the lead, and I think we're going to get now an official timeout or a Patriot. It's a Patriot timeout. Minute 33 to play first quarter. 8-0, Hitchcock Tulare. Patriots with the ball back when we come back in a minute. 60 seconds on KOKK.
I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. Dairy Queen's ice cream, of course. Get your favorite cool treats at Dairy Queen of Huron. Get a chocolate-dipped cone, a dilly bar, hot fudge sundae, or their famous DQ blizzards. And for parties, anniversaries, or any occasion, order a DQ cake or a DQ blizzard cake. Dairy Queen of Huron is open every day of the week. Drive up, carry out, or dine in. Dairy Queen of Huron. Hot eats and cool treats.
And they can't see what I'm seeing. It's more important for you to see that.
Hi, I am Tyson Lean. As a college wrestler, I push my body to the limit every day.
I have too.
But after a few
Pretty much
injuries,
by the
I started
yards
to
and
feel
all
like
that,
I
yeah.
wasn't performing at my best. That's when I turned to Car Chiropractic and their team of experts. Through a combination of adjustments, rehab, and natural supplements, I was able to recover faster, reduce my pain, and improve my overall performance on the mat. Whether you're an athlete or just looking to improve your health, I highly recommend giving Car Chiropractic a try.
You're tuned to Dakota Sports on KOKK.
Minute 33 now left here in the opening quarter. Patriots with the ball back, 3rd possession of the first frame. They went for a touchdown. They turned it over on downs, and their 3rd look will be 1st and 10 from their own 33. It'll be chasing Hawk at the helm. The handoff is to Binger. Binger breaks through, Across the 50, 45. He's got one man left to beat, and that man will spin him around and drop him. It's Irvin Carter, but a big run there by Blaze Binger. So Binger starts at his own 33. We got 17, 27. Pick up a 32 for number 23, and that'll be a 1st and 10 Hitchcock Tulare at the Shark 35. So the Patriots, another nice rushing play here, and we'll see, is it Chasing Hawk again or Maynard? And it looks like it'll be Chasing Hawk. He'll hold on to it, follow Binger, slips the first tackle and cuts it back inside. He's inside the 30, 25-20, gets around a guy. He's inside the 5, and he's in for the touchdown.
From 35 yards.
Chasing Hawk from 35 yards out.
Stop the clock, please. Stop the clock. 35-yard run for Chasing Hawk.
This one will come with 55 seconds to play here in the first. And Chasing Hawk from 35 yards out. And I don't know what the deal is with Maynard. I don't know if he did get dinged up on that play or maybe they just decided to make a change. But here's the handoff. Binger trying to cut it back in for 2, and he does. So a 16-0 lead for Hitchcock Tulare. Back for the final minute of the first quarter when we come back in a minute, 60 seconds on KOKK.
This is Matt Sibley with Brian J. Davidson Insurance Agency in Huron. You changed thousands of diapers, cut off hundreds of crusts, played hours of peekaboo and duck, duck, goose, because you do anything for your kids. That's why it's so important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. State Farm agent Brian Davidson will help make it easy and affordable to help you protect your family.
Did you want mine?
No matter what the future
holds. If you want another drink, it's
because
right
for the people you do anything for, life insurance could mean everything. Call today, because like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Rocking Z Acres of Wessington provides USDA certified organic, SCI regenerative certified and conventional crop production, balancing biology with fertility. They offer a full line of organic and conventional products for plant nutrition, plant health, and soil biology to help local producers, including amino protein products to stimulate biology and plant hormones, amino-chelated micronutrients, compost extracts derived from local sources, and kelp products. Rocking Z Acres is proud to support Huron and area high school sports.
You're tuned to Dakota Sports on KOKK.
And welcome back to Iroquois, where Hitchcock Tulare, after being blanked at home last week, picking up a couple of scores in the opening quarter of this one, and now a 16-0 lead for the visiting Patriots. Iroquois Lake Preston picking up a road victory in their first game of the year. Looking to come back.
We have an ambulance.
Somebody hurt?
Curd and Peyton Hope deep for the Sharks.
Curd and Hope deep on the kick here as now the ball fell off the tee, and looks like Morgan Bottom is going to kick, so I wonder if Maynard is hurt. So Bottom ready for the kick left to right. Sharks on the return inside of a minute left in the opening quarter. Patriots a couple of touchdowns and a couple of two-point conversions for a 16-0 lead. Here's the run up and the kick. Pretty good line drive kick off the fingertips of a Shark. Back inside the 30. He'll pick it up back across the 35, and that'll be about it on the return, just shy of the 35, in fact, around the 33. So Iroquois Lake Preston, they're kind of their share of woes tonight, as picked off on the first play from offense, and then with an opportunity to score, ended up backing up on a couple of penalties and then turning it over on downs. And see if the Sharks can shake the bad luck here with 40 seconds to play in the opening quarter. Down 16-0. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 33. They're going to go to 32 on the clock and get that, or 52, get that set up. And we got about another 20 minutes or so, and the sun will be behind the trees over here. But boy, it is kind of blazing right now. Here's Pesky from the gun. Curd there behind him. Boy, and they got Nielsen to jump, but Didn't get him across. Here's Pesky taking it himself the far side. Binger in to make the stop, and that's going to go for a short loss.
Stop by Binger.
Loss will be about 2, 2nd and 12, and it'll wind that clock at 35 seconds, so Iroquois Lake Preston, if they so choose, wouldn't have to run a play here before the break. It looks like they're going to get together, and yep, they're going to try to get one more in here on a 2nd and 12, about their own 31. Pesky from the gun, Curd behind him, one wide each side is Carter and Hope. Pesky on a 2nd and pretty close to a dozen. We'll hand it off to Curd. Curd right up the gut, pick up around 3. And that should do it for quarter number 1 here in Iroquois. After a quarter of football, Hitchcock Tulare 16, Iroquois Lake Preston nothing. Come back on a Sharks 3rd and long when we come back in a minute. 60 seconds on 12:10 KOKK 12. In between
Well
quarters?
Service Incorporated would like to wish the Hitchcock Tulare Patriots the best of luck in today's game. Stretches Well Service does jobs all over South Dakota, including installation of artesian, shallow, and geothermal wells, and pump repair, installation, and irrigation work. Stretches Well Service is your TNL irrigation dealer. Get a hold of Stretch or Jeremy and see what they can do for you. Stretches Well Service of Hitchcock says, "Go Patriots!"
Cheddar Feedlot of Hitchcock is now selling bred heifers, Black Angus, Red Angus, Fancy F1 Baldy, A1 to Black, and A1 to Charlet. All cattle are ultrasounded for 21-day cycles. Call Tony for viewing at 605-350-0401. Cheddar Feedlot now selling bred heifers. Call them today. Again, call Tony, 605-350-0401. Go Patriots!
Your headquarters for sports is Dakota Sports on KOKK.
Welcome back to Iroquois. A fresh 12 is on the clock. The Sharks now moving left to right after we switch ends. And looks like the Sharks are going to set up on what I thought was going to be a 3rd and 12. I guess it's a 3rd and 10. Pesky will go from the gun, one wide each side. Pesky back to pass. Looks right, looks left. Nearly crushed by Nielsen. He's got to give it up and does on a little screen play to Curd. Curd back to the original line of scrimmage, and the pickup is about a yard. And that's going to make it 4th and pretty close to 9. So we'll see what Iroquois Lake Preston elects to do here. As again, the officials here are going to hold it up here as they're having just a little bit of issue with the scoreboard as 12 is up, 16-0. Hitchcock Tulare in that lead. They got the 6 on their opening drive. They turned it over on downs on the second drive. They'll get their they're hoping to get their 3rd look here pretty soon, and now it looks like they're going to have to reset the scoreboard as got to work out the kinks a little bit. You got to keep in mind this is the first game here in a couple of years. They're just adding on to the press box. I see. We come out here next year, we'll probably see
11 even.
another wing to the press box here. As again, the field all brand new, the community coming together, rallying to try to get something for these kids to be able to play in Iroquois, and they got it done. So tonight, the first game here since 2022, and Sharks currently trailing those 16-0. 11:40 to play here in the first half. Sharks are going to kick it away on a 4th and 8. Decent kick taken by Chasing Hawk at the 45, just across midfield. He spun around and dropped by the Sharks. So Hitchcock Tulare will take back over, and we'll see again if Maynard comes out at all, if he's at quarterback, and Chasing Hawk is still going to be out there. I don't see Maynard on the sideline either. I'm not real sure. So Chasing Hawk at the helm, Binger in the backfield. They'll run a couple of wideouts here. And the snap through Chasing Hawk's hand. He does pick it up and get the pass off to Derek Johnson. Nice awareness there. Johnson slips one and now 2 tackles. He's inside the 45, and I think the football came out. Fumble on the play. And it'll be picked up by Iroquois Lake Preston.
The 1st and 10 Sharks from their own 44.
So they do get the 5 yards on the completed pass, which is a little bit of a miracle because they had Chasing Hawk dead to rights after the snap went off his hand. But the big defensive play, the Sharks force the turnover, and they will take over 1st and 10 at their own 44. Here's the snap. Pesky from the gun. 3 receivers to the right. Pesky going to follow Curd to the right-hand side. He's got the option. He won't give it up. He'll keep it himself, and he is wrapped up after a gain of a yard or 2 and dropped here. Morgan Bottom over to help out on the stop, and also Preston Whiff. Actually, that's Dalton Ratchin from the defensive line spot. So a couple of yards for Pesky. 2nd and 8. They'll go their own 45. Sharks trying to put one on the board. 16-0. Iroquois Lake Preston trailing here. Hitchcock Tulare, couple of first-quarter touchdowns, couple of first-quarter 2-point conversions. 10:25 to play in the second. Here's Pesky from the gun. 2 receivers to the near side. Lone man in the backfield is Curd. They got a receiver to the far side as well. That's Bryson Blue. Pesky going to run it to that side, looking for a block from Blue, and he got one across the 50, the 45, the 40, and pushed out of bounds around the 35-yard line. And this one should go for 15 plus. We're going to put him down for 17. And a big run for Iroquois Lake Preston as the Sharks will get a 1st and 10 into Patriot territory down to the 38-yard line. And big play there for the Sharks. For Iroquois Lake Preston, in my opinion, they got to get one in the end zone here. Got to put a score on the board definitely before the break. 10 minutes to play in the half. Moving it along here. 1st and 10 at the Patriot 38. Pesky from the gun. All 3 receivers to the right. Curd, the lone man in the backfield. Pesky fakes the handoff and will take it to the near side with all those blockers. He's through the first wave. Ratchin slipped him. And Pesky is tackled here by Michael Nielsen.
Nielsen on the stop.
Looks like they'll put him down for 6, bring up a 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4, ball is on the Patriot. 31-yard line.
Iroquois Lake Preston down to the Patriot 31. This is not the furthest they've been tonight. They were actually down to the 15-yard line, had a 1st and 10 on the 15, but a couple of untimely penalties and a snap off the hands of their quarterback, and ended up turning that one over on downs. Iroquois Lake Preston looking to score. 2nd and 4. The Patriot 31. Curd to the far side. Bounces it out. Tripped up. He does get the 1st down, but you could see Curd had a lot more yards in mind there, but just got tripped up at the line or at the 1st down marker. He is, however, in for that 1st down and will line up about the 26 or 27 of the Patriots as Iroquois Lake Preston again threatening for the 2nd time tonight. 8:56 to play here in quarter number 2, 16-0. Hitchcock Tulare on top. Pesky will go from the gun. Couple of receivers to the near side. Here's a motion man. That's Bryson Blue. They'll give the handoff to Curd. Curd right up the gut. Pickup of a couple. The football loose. Is it out? Iroquois Lake Preston, it appears. Nope, Hitchcock Tulare football. So Curd with the fumble lost. And that'll dash the hopes on this drive here for Shark fans as Hitchcock Tulare will take back over 1st and 10, their own 20. 8.5 minutes left here in the first half. Stay tuned at halftime. We'll take a look at the numbers. We'll pass along any scores that we can find on the South Dakota scorecard. Of course, there probably won't be a whole lot here. A Thursday night game here, week of the State Fair. We'll see if we got any scores to pass along. We definitely got one here right now, 16-0 Patriots. Here's Binger. Again, trying to bounce it outside, and this time tripped up and brought down immediately by Ben Curd.
Curd again on the stop. It'll be second down, no gain. We're going to call that 2nd and 10. For
The second and just inside of 10 here for Hitchcock Tulare with about 8 minutes left in the half. Patriots already a couple of touchdowns, a 6-yard Binger run, a 35-yard Chasing Hawk run. And now we'll get a flag, and we're going to get encroachments against the Sharks or false start. The encroachment against Iroquois Lake Preston. So for the Sharks, their third penalty, 3 penalties, 25 yards. Patriots also 3 penalties, 25 yards. There you go, 7:55 and counting to play here in the first half as the Patriots, after the 5-yard penalty, will go on a 2nd and 5. Go 2nd and 5 from their own 25 with, again, Chasing Hawk at the helm, 1 wide each side, lone man in the backfield. Binger will get the carry. And somebody got a handful of jersey and chased him down. I think it was Racing Tim.
Gain of about 4. It'll be 3rd and 1.
Binger going to pick up pretty close to 4, and
29-yard.
going to make it 3rd and 1. They need the 30 to convert. Patriots up a couple of touchdowns here on the road. Shut out in their opening week loss. Happy to get on the board for the first time this season. Patriots now looking for their first win of the campaign, and Binger going to move it ahead at least the yard they need, and then about 5 more as Binger moves the chains for the Patriots. Clock winding, nearing the midway point here of the second quarter. About 6:45 to play here in the half. Patriots up a couple of touchdowns. Blaze Binger a rushing touchdown from 6. Peyton Chasing Hawk a 35-yard run. Derek Johnson, Blaze Binger running in a couple of 2-point conversions. That's all the scoring here tonight in Iroquois. Chasing Hawk to snap. Quick pass near side is complete. Shaking one tackle is number 1 Max Gilbert, but couldn't get away from the second would-be tackler. And I think they're going to actually end up losing yards. Yeah, they're going to lose a yard.
That's a loss of 1. It'll be 2nd and 11 for the Patriots. The ball is on their own.
So Patriots on a 2nd and 11. We'll go from their own 35, and there's the midway point of the second. 6 minutes to play here in the first half. Patriots inching, looking for their 3rd score of the night. Chasing Hawk going to keep it. Far side, bounces off a would-be blocker, and then hung the football out, trying to stretch it out, and I think almost lost it. He did lose it, but the Patriots are going to recover.
Rathjen on the recovery. It'll be 3rd down.
Dalton Rathjen there to save the day for the Patriots. They do lose a yard and will set up on a
34-yard line.
3rd and around 12. The press box rejoicing that the sun is going down behind the trees over there. It was pretty bright. Here's the pass to Binger. Nice little screen set up over the middle. Binger's got a blocker, and he's in for a gain of around 5, 6, 7, 8, about 9 of them, or somewhere in that neighborhood, maybe 8.
4th and 4 from the 42-yard line. 4th and 4 for the Patriots. From the 42.
So the pickup there, 8 on the little screen dash. 4th and 4 here for Hitchcock Tulare. Patriots will bunch it up. Wing to each side. Handoff is to Binger. Oh, he'll have the first down and then some. He's across midfield. It's a foot race now, folks, and he is gone down the sideline. They got a chance there at the very end, but they're not going to get him.
That's Binger.
58 yards, Binger on the run.
From 58 out for another Hitchcock Tulare Patriot touchdown.
Patriots will put this one up with 4:22 to play in the second. Be a 58-yard run by Blaze Binger, and now they will set up here for the 2-point conversion. Patriots right now a 22 to 4-0 lead, and the Patriots looking for 2 more. And they'll run that same 2-point play with Johnson kind of at the tailback spot, and Johnson is in for 2. 24-0 Hitchcock Tulare. We're back to Iroquois in a minute, 60 seconds on KOKK.
Do you know what your cattle are eating? Are they growing like you expect? At Dakota Land Feeds, their experienced feed consultants can help you be sure your cattle are getting everything they need to perform and what will help you increase your bottom line. Let Dakota Land Feeds help formulate the right ration to fit the needs of your cattle, whether you have growing calves, feedlot cattle, yearlings, or beef cows. Dakota Land Feeds has feed consultants across the territory to help serve you. See your local Dakota Land Feeds dealer today.
When is the right home truly the right home? This is Reg Kleinsasser with the Real Estate Connection. First, can you afford it? Beyond the purchase price, you need to consider utility costs, maintenance costs, and property taxes. All of these factors add to the actual cost of a new home. Does the home meet your needs? Buying a large house when your kids are heading off to college in a few years or paying for a view of the lake when you are hardly home probably doesn't make sense. At the Real Estate Connection, we are dedicated to helping you find a home that meets your needs without breaking your budget. We're ready to help you find the right home today. Give us a call, 352-1300, or visit our website, realestatehuron.com.
You're tuned to Dakota Sports.
Welcome back to Iroquois. Remember, the Mirror Family Hair Care brings us our scoreboard updates, which here on a Thursday night, it's fine. In August here, not a lot of scores to pass along. I think I'll be able to give you every score in the state of South Dakota every time we do the scoreboard, because I'm pretty sure there's 9 games going on in this entire state. And I think 5 of them are all nations games. There's 2 9A games, 2 9B games, and I think 5 all nations. The kick return a little bit mishandled by Curd, but boy, he's able to sneak through that first wave of tacklers. He's back across the 30 and the 35. Actually, no, they'll mark him just shy of the 35. Scoreboard updates brought to you by the Mirror Family Hair Care, downtown Huron. Lori and Kindly at the Mirror, offering a plethora of services. 4th Street Southeast, downtown Huron, right across the street from the post office there, the Mirror Family Hair Care. 9A scores, Faulkton leading Ipswich 14-0, 7 minutes to play in the half. Phillip leading Timberlake 15-0. Second quarter just underway. Hitchcock Tulare up 24-0 here on Iroquois Lake Preston, and Faulkton leading Ipswich 20-0 in the second. The All Nations games, Omaha Nation leading Teospadina. That's actually a final 20-0. Pine Ridge blanked Maipia Luda 55-0. St. Francis Indian beat McLaughlin tonight 50-0, and Crazy Horse leading Crow Creek 38-6. Halftime score there, Winnebago leading Cheyenne Eagle Butte Teospatopa 16-0 with about 7 minutes to play in the half, and that is the full state scoreboard here on a Thursday night. Pesky going to keep it himself and trying to kind of bounce off the pile and then run around the end, but not able to get anything going there. In fact, this one's going to go for a loss of a few yards.
First on the stop for the Patriots. Loss of about a yard. 2nd and 11 for the Sharks. The ball is on their own 33-yard line.
Clock at 3.5 left here in the first half. Remember, halftime, we'll recap that scoreboard again. We'll pass along the first half of numbers. We'll take a look at the schedule for Dakota Sports. And actually, you know what? I don't have a September schedule, so forget I said that. Here's Pesky from the gun. 3 receivers left, Curd in the backfield. No handoff, quick pass left side complete. Complete to Ho, back to the line of scrimmage and wiped out by a couple of Patriot defenders. Over there was number 10, Tristan Noel, and Morgan Bottom. And this one's going to go for, well, maybe a yard. They'll get that yard back.
We'll give them a yard. Be 3rd and 10. Sharks from there.
Set up 3rd and 10 here for Iroquois Lake Preston. And
Give them the 34.
Sharks really needing to get something going here before the break. Down 3 touchdowns now. Had a couple opportunities. Best one, a 1st and 10 on the Patriot 15. Here's a 3rd and 10. Pesky from the gun. They'll go from their own 33. Handoff, nope, fake to Curd. Pesky will keep it himself. Looked outside, forced back to the inside. Pickup is around 2, and here comes another late flag.
There's a flag late. Gain of 2. It was 4th. Bring up fourth down. We'll check the flag now.
See what the flag is here. It looks like a personal foul against the Patriots. So that will give Iroquois Lake Preston a first down and then some. That'll be 15 against Hitchcock Tulare. Their second 15-yard penalty. 4 penalties, 40 yards tonight against the Patriots. Iroquois Lake Preston will now be just shy of midfield. In fact, the nose of the football might be touching the 50-yard line as they go on a 1st and 10 after the penalty. So an opportunity here with 2 minutes to play in the first half. Iroquois Lake Preston blanked at home so far, trail 24-0. Pesky from the gun on a 1st and 10 from midfield. 1 wide each side, 2 to the left, actually. Pesky going to follow Kurt up the middle. Slipped off the first tackle, spun around inside the 45, and dives ahead for a few more. He'll pick up pretty close to 6 or maybe 7 yards.
About 6 tough yards right up the middle. He's 2nd and 4. Ball is on the 43.
Put Pesky down for 6, make it 2nd and 4, and now Iroquois Lake Preston fighting the clock a little bit. They do have 2 timeouts, which I would assume we'll probably see one called here shortly with a closing out the half here. They would get the ball back after the break, so a score here would be huge for Iroquois Lake Preston. Here's Pesky from the gun. The handoff is Curd. Curd trying to bounce it back outside, now cuts it back in, and he will end up losing about a yard.
Tucker Gilbert, loss of about a yard, be 3rd and 5. The ball is on the
So now a 3rd and 5. Clock at 45, and they're just going to let it roll. So now down to 35 seconds to play here in the first half. And the Sharks on a 3rd and 5 from the Patriot 45. Pesky from the gun to receivers left, 1 right. Here's the whistle again. That's the timeout for Iroquois Lake Preston. It'll come with 22 seconds to play in the half. Patriots leading 24-0. Sharks on a 3rd and 5 when we come back in a minute. 60 seconds on KOKK.
Graph Electric of Wolsey is proud to offer residential and commercial work in Wolsey and the surrounding area. Call Jay at 605-353-5366 anytime, day or night, to get the lights back on in your home or business. Check out Graph's Electric at graphelectricsd.com. Graph Electric, the home of electrifying customer service. Call Jay at 353-5366. Graph Electric is a proud sponsor of Area Sports.
Action news on the scene. Once again, a craft of some sort has crash landed. I can see movement coming from the craft. Is it the sun? It is. It's confirmed and emerging now exactly what we thought. It is the sun. Ty Clark has just emerged from the craft. He's the son of Kent Clark. And yes, they're teaming up like Superman.
Yeah, it looked like he kind of got his bell rung there
when he finally together. Kent
there.
Clark Insurance, Wessington, equal opportunity provider, 458-2281 for your crop insurance needs.
Dakota Sports.
Pesky from the gun on a 3rd and 5 here, and the Sharks get him to jump off sides. Going to pick up 5 and a first down there as they got number 50, Tucker Gilbert, to jump. And Gilbert looking to the sky there. I don't know what the deal is with penalties if you get a lap or two, but I think he might have saw his future in practice here. Here's Pesky, the snap on a 1st and 10, and they got him in the backfield. Quickly getting through was Preston Whiff, and Whiff able to make the sack here. They'll lose about 3 yards or 2 maybe, and we'll get another timeout for the Sharks. We're just going to take a 30-second break this time. Back in 30 seconds. 30 seconds on KOKK.
Playing the game means bumps, bruises, and breaks happen. Lean on Huron Regional Medical Center Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Orthopedic surgeons Dr. Kevin Over and Dr. Todd Anderson, along with the Pro Rehab Physical Therapy teams, are here to get you back in your game. Schedule an appointment at HuronRegional.org, because when it comes to your health, the right care is right here. Best of luck to our area athletes from Huron Regional Medical Center.
You're tuned to Dakota Sports on KOKK.
Welcome back to Iroquois. 15 seconds to play here in the first half. Like Iroquois Lake Preston, a couple of timeouts after they got a penalty that gave them a first down, and they got another penalty that gave them a first down, and then lost a couple of yards. So now a 2nd and 12, Pesky from the gun. 24-0 Patriots. 15 seconds to play first half. Iroquois Lake Preston hoping for something before the break. Pesky back to pass, looks right, flushed out and sacked. Combining for the sack, 56, Dalton Rathjen, 55, Preston Whiff.
Pesky's dropped in the backfield, loss of about 4.
The loss is 4, and that is going to do it as they let the clock expire for the first half of play here in Iroquois. So Hitchcock Tulare at the half, leading Iroquois Lake Preston here in Iroquois 24-0. We'll send it back to the studios here for a 3-minute break. When we return, we'll take a look at some of the first half numbers. We'll get you a scoring summary. We'll get you the entire state football scoreboard, and we'll get you ready for a second half of football here tonight in Iroquois. Hitchcock Tulare 24, Iroquois Lake Preston 0. It is halftime. We're back in 3 minutes on KOKK.
Stretch's Well Service Incorporated would like to wish the Hitchcock Tulare Patriots the best of luck in today's game. Stretch's Well Service does jobs all over South Dakota, including installation of artesian, shallow, and geothermal wells, and pump repair, installation, and irrigation work. Stretch's Well Service is your TNL irrigation dealer. Get a hold of Stretch or Jeremy and see what they can do for you. Stretch's Well Service of Hitchcock says, "Go Patriots!"
Cheddar Feedlot of Hitchcock is now selling bred heifers, Black Angus, Red Angus, Fancy F1 Baldy, A1 to Black, and A1 to Charlet. All cattle are ultrasounded for 21-day cycles. Call Tony for viewing at 605-350-0401. Cheddar Feedlot now selling bred heifers. Call them today. Again, call Tony, 605-350-0401. Go Patriots!
With nearly 130 stores in 12 states, Slumberland has the buying power to bring you the best values from the nation's top furniture brands. Slumberland is America's #1 dealer for Lazy Boy furniture. Slumberland is also the Midwest's largest retailer for Sealy, Simmons, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic mattresses. Slumberland of Huron is completely locally owned and operated. Our staff, including sales and delivery, is made up entirely of your neighbors in Huron. So for the best brands at the best prices, along with truly local service, turn to Slumberland Furniture of Huron.
It seems like nothing's built to last these days. Well, here's one that's built to last a long time. Portable creep feeders from Burns Manufacturing in Wessington. These creep feeders are built with convenience and durability in mind. Feed flow is easily adjustable with an agitation bar to prevent bridging and snug-fitting lids. Portable creep feeders from Burns Manufacturing are made locally in Wessington, South Dakota. Put a portable creep feeder from Burns Manufacturing of Wessington into your farming operation.
At Olympic Chevrolet in Huron, count on an experienced staff. Count on a knowledgeable staff. At Olympic Chevrolet, count on a helpful and friendly staff. So whether you're in the market for a brand new vehicle or a used, dependable vehicle, count on the staff at Olympic Chevrolet to help you get the vehicle that best fits your needs. Olympic Chevrolet, call them at 605-352-6411. See them at 500 4th Street Northeast in Huron, or go online at olympicgmc.com. Drive off the lot today with the vehicle that you've been dreaming about from Olympic Chevrolet.
I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. Dairy Queen's ice cream, of course. Get your favorite cool treats at Dairy Queen of Huron. Get a chocolate-dipped cone, a dilly bar, hot fudge sundae, or their famous DQ blizzards. And for parties, anniversaries, or any occasion, order a DQ cake or a DQ blizzard cake. Dairy Queen of Huron is open every day of the week. Drive up, carry out, or dine in. Dairy Queen of Huron. Hot eats and cool treats.
This is Dakota Sports, committed to excellence in sports broadcasting. It's halftime.
It is halftime, and welcome back to Iroquois. 24-0, Hitchcock Tulare in the lead, picking up 16 in the opening frame, 8 more in the second, leading here at the break 24-0. They will kick it away to Iroquois Lake Preston to start off the second half of play. See if the Sharks can get something going to start the second half. The first half, all Patriots with 7:45 to play in the first. They would cap off the successful opening drive, an 8-play drive of about 65 yards with a 6-yard Blazebinger touchdown run. Derek Johnson would take in the 2-point conversion. It was 8-0 Patriots. Iroquois Lake Preston was then picked off on their first play. The Patriots would turn it over on downs, and a little bit of a volley there before the Patriots would score at the end of the first with 55 seconds to play in the first quarter. Peyton Chasing Hawk would take it in from 35 yards out. Blazebinger would tack on the 2-point conversion. And after a quarter, it was 16-0. And Peyton Chasing Hawk in there on that run because Patrick Maynard was injured at some point in the first quarter, has not returned. In fact, I haven't even seen him on the sideline throughout the rest of the first half of play. So if I get a chance, I'll sneak down and see if I can get an official, unofficial diagnosis of some sort. But for now, we'll just say Maynard is out. Peyton Chasing Hawk in at the helm for Hitchcock Tulare. So the Patriots led 16-0 after a quarter. They tacked on 8 more in the second with 4:22 to play, a 58-yard run by Blazebinger. The 2-point run good from Derek Johnson, his second of the night, and the Patriots here at the half leading 24-0. Send it back to the studios for another 3-minute timeout. We'll come back. We'll break down the numbers, get a check of your scoreboard, and we'll be that much closer to a second half of football. 24-0 Patriots at the break. Back in 3 minutes on KOKK.
Hi, I am Tyson Lean. As a college wrestler, I push my body to the limit every day. But after a few injuries, I started to feel like I wasn't performing at my best. That's when I turned to Car Chiropractic and their team of experts. Through a combination of adjustments, rehab, and natural supplements, I was able to recover faster, reduce my pain, and improve my overall performance on the mat. Whether you're an athlete or just looking to improve your health, I highly recommend giving Car Chiropractic a try.
This is Matt Sibley with Brian J. Davidson Insurance Agency in Huron. You changed thousands of diapers, cut off hundreds of crusts, played hours of peekaboo and duck goose, because you do anything for your kids. That's why it's so important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. State Farm agent Brian Davidson will help make it easy and affordable to help you protect your family, no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you do anything for, life insurance could mean everything. Call today, because like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Rocking Z Acres of Wessington provides USDA certified organic, SCI regenerative certified and conventional crop production, balancing biology with fertility. They offer a full line of organic and conventional products for plant nutrition, plant health, and soil biology to help local producers, including amino protein products to stimulate biology and plant hormones, amino-chelated micronutrients, compost extracts derived from local sources, and kelp products. Rocking Z Acres is proud to support Huron and area high school sports. Stretch's Well Service Incorporated would like to wish the Hitchcock Tulare Patriots the best of luck in today's game. Stretch's Well Service does jobs all over South Dakota, including installation of artesian, shallow, and geothermal wells, and pump repair, installation, and irrigation work. Stretch's Well Service is your TNL irrigation dealer. Get a hold of Stretch or Jeremy and see what they can do for you. Stretch's Well Service of Hitchcock says, "Go Patriots!"
Cheddar Feedlot of Hitchcock is now selling bred heifers, Black Angus, Red Angus, Fancy F1 Baldy, A1 to Black, and A1 to Charlet. All cattle are ultrasounded for 21-day cycles. Call Tony for viewing at 605-350-0401. Cheddar Feedlot now selling bred heifers. Call them today. Again, call Tony, 605-350-0401. Go Patriots! Are you looking for an easier way to get supplement to your calves? Check out liquid supplements available from Dakota Land Feeds. They have a variety of options available to meet specific needs of your cattle and your operation. All their liquid supplements are made to order when you need them. Liquid supplements are easy to handle and have improved mixability compared to dry feed. Dakota Land Feeds is your only local feed dealer to manufacture liquid supplement right here in South Dakota. Dakota Land Feeds, your local feed source.
You're tuned to Dakota Sports on KOKK.
Welcome back to Iroquois, breaking down the numbers from the first half. Halftime here in Iroquois, like Preston Iroquois Lake Preston, the Sharks trailing the visiting Hitchcock Tulare Patriots 24-0. Numbers for the visitors for Hitchcock Tulare through the air. Patrick Maynard was 0 for 1 before his exit from the game. Peyton Chasinghawk is 3 for 3 for 12 yards. Derek Johnson a catch for 5, but he did lose a fumble after that. Max Gilbert a catch for -1, and Blaze Binger a catch for 8. Again, Peyton Chasinghawk is 3 for 3 for 12 yards. Maynard was 0 for 1. On the ground, Maynard had 3 carries for 23 yards before he exited. Peyton Chasinghawk has 3 carries for 34 yards and a touchdown. He also lost a fumble. And Blaze Binger is tearing it up out there tonight. 14 carries, 167 yards, and 2 touchdowns in the first half. Hitchcock Tulare has been penalized 5 times in this first half for 45 yards. Patriots with about a dozen through the air, about another 2 1/4 on the ground, 45 penalty yards. Patriots lead 24-0. For Iroquois Lake Preston, Lucas Pesky 1 for 4 for 1 yard and an interception. That interception was made by Peyton Chasinghawk. That one catch was made by Irvin Carter. Carter has a catch for 1 yard. For the Sharks on the ground, Ben Curd, 8 carries, 14 yards, and a fumble lost. Lucas Pesky, 12 carries, 34 yards. So just shy of 50 on the ground, a yard through the air, 25 penalty yards against Iroquois Lake Preston. And the Sharks here at home with a 1-0 record on the season, trailing 24-0 to Hitchcock Tulare. Scoreboard updates are brought to you by the Mirror Family Hair Care. The Mirror is located at 35 4th Street Southeast in your downtown Huron. Lori and Kylie at the Mirror offering a plethora of services: cuts, colors, waxes, perms, hair treatment, sugaring, eyelash extensions, shampoo sets. You can stop in for an appointment at the Mirror. They do accept walk-ins, 35 4th Street Southeast, downtown Huron. You can also call for an appointment with Lori, 605-883-HAIR, or call or text Kylie at 605-553-1628. Lori and Kylie at the Mirror Family Hair Care, downtown Huron. And the Mirror bringing us our scoreboard update. Hitchcock Tulare leading here in Iroquois, 24-0. Let's see, 9A scores tonight. Phillip leading Timberlake 15-0. Second quarter just underway. In halftime, Faulkton in front of Ipswich 20-0. 9B, of course, we told you, Hitchcock Tulare 24, Iroquois Lake Preston 0 at half here. Faulkton leading Ipswich 20-0 at the half. Oh, they put that one in both. And then the All Nations games, Omaha Nation beat Teal Spazina 20-0. Pine Ridge a win over Maipaluda 55-0. St. Francis Indian beat McLaughlin 50-0. Crazy Horse leading Crow Creek at the end of the half 38-6. And Winnebago leading Cheyenne Eagle Butte, Teospatopa 16-0. They got about 7 minutes to play in the first half of that one, and Marty and White River yet to kick off. We are past 8 o'clock here, 8:09 to be exact. You're listening to high school football tonight on 1210 AM KOKK. Live from Iroquois tonight as the Hitchcock Tulare Patriots in town looking for their first win of the season. Sharks come in at 1-0, but threatening to be shut out here as they trail Hitchcock Tulare at the break 24-0. Back to the studios for 2 minutes when we return. A second half of football from Iroquois. Patriots up big. We'll talk more after a 2-minute timeout on KOKK.
When is the right home truly
You all
the right
good, Bubba?
home? This is Reg Kleinsasser with the Real Estate Connection. First, can you afford it? Beyond the purchase price, you need to consider utility costs, maintenance costs, and property taxes. All of these factors add to the actual cost of a new home. Does the home meet your needs? Buying a large house when your kids are heading off to college in a few years, or paying for a view of the lake when you are hardly home, probably doesn't make sense. At the Real Estate Connection, we are dedicated to helping you find a home that meets your needs without breaking your budget. We're ready to help you find the right home today. Give us a call, 352-1300, or visit our website, realestatehuron.com.
Graf Electric of Wolsey is proud to offer residential and commercial work in Wolsey and the surrounding area. Call Jay at 605-353-5366 anytime, day or night, to get the lights back on in your home or business. Check out Graf's Electric at grafelectricsd.com. Graf Electric, the home of electrifying customer service. Call Jay at 353-5366. Graf Electric is a proud sponsor of Area Sports.
Action news on the scene. Once again, a craft of some sort has crash landed. I can see movement coming from the craft. Is it the sun?
Vikings and the Colts?
It's
Is that
confirmed
what you're
and
talking about?
emerging now exactly what we thought. It is the sun. Ty Clark has just emerged from the craft. He's the son of Kent Clark. And
boy.
yes, they're teaming up like
You had to
Superman
watch that
and
painful
Boy Wonder.
Dolphins game
Father
last
and
year.
son finally together. Kent Clark Insurance, Wessington. Equal opportunity
Oh, and
provider.
Market, sure.
458-2281 for your crop insurance needs.
Playing the game means bumps, bruises, and breaks happen. Lean on Huron Regional Medical Center Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Orthopedic surgeons Dr. Kevin Over and Dr. Todd
Where's that
Anderson, along with the Pro Rehab Physical Therapy teams, are here to get you back in your game. Schedule an appointment at HuronRegional.org, because when it comes to your health, the right care is right here. Best of luck to our area athletes from Huron Regional Medical Center.
Dakota Sports is committed to excellence in sports broadcasting.
Welcome back to Iroquois, set for a second half of football between Hitchcock Tulare, coming in at 0-1. Patriots lost their first game at home last week. Got blanked, in fact, by Corsica Stickney 36-0. Iroquois Lake Preston, a big road win over Wilmot. Final there, 36-26. My understanding is Lucas Pesky had a absolutely wild first half last week. Had something about like what Blaze Binger had in the first half of this one, somewhere around 160 or 170 yards in the first half, and that kind of set the table for Iroquois Lake Preston last week, but now here at home, it has turned squarely around. Hitchcock Tulare leading at the break here 24-0. And the Sharks getting ready to field the opening kick of the second half. And for Iroquois Lake Preston, definitely needing to get something on the board here. I know you got 2 quarters, a whole half of football left to be played, but had a couple of chances in the first half, gave up that late touchdown in each of the first 2 quarters. Having problems in the 2-minute drill there, so needing to get something going here to start this second half, something positive in their direction. Peyton Chasing Hawk will kick it off left to right. Curd and Hope back to receive here for Iroquois Lake Preston. Chasing Hawk with the run-up and the kick. This one taken at the 35, back across the 40, and that's about it on the return there. Iroquois Lake Preston. Let's see, trying to find a 20. I don't have a 20. So the Sharks, 1st and 10, their own 40-yard line. They'll go with Pesky at the helm, Curd at tailback. A couple of receivers near side will be Irvin Carter and Bryson Blue. Peyton Hope wide to the right. Pesky from the gun on a 1st and 10. He'll follow Curd to the right-hand side, trying to get the corner, slips a tackle across the 45, slips another. He's out to midfield, and he'll have a first down to start the second half. And that's big for Iroquois Lake Preston. It's one play to start the second half of football, but it's a positive play. It's a first down, and it gets them right to midfield. And, in fact, it's not going to be a first down. It looks just shy. Now it is going to be a first down. They'll move the chains. I guess it always was, but they just hadn't moved the chains yet. 11:40 and counting here to play. Second half just underway. Patriots a 24-0 lead. Iroquois Lake Preston, nice 10-yard play to start the second half. And now the whistles will blow the play dead. More than likely, the reaction of the Hitchcock Tulare Patriots, they say that's against the Sharks, and it will be. For Iroquois Lake Preston, their 4th penalty. 4 penalties, 30 yards tonight against the hometown Sharks. So now a 1st and 15. Sharks will go from their own 45. Again, Blue and Carter wide left. Hope wide to the right. Curd, the lone man in the backfield with Pesky. Pesky from the gun on a 1st and 15. High snap. Pesky able to haul it in. Flushed out of the pocket, looking to pass. Heaves it to the far side of the field. He's got a couple of guys open back. Carter's going to make the catch inside the 20-yard line. We'll see where they mark him down. Looks like he's down at the 15. So that's 40 for...
I hit it 3 and it went.
Big play there for Iroquois Lake Preston. So a big 1st and 10 here, and they're back to the Hitchcock Tulare 15. This is the closest they have been since the same spot in the opening half. And Pesky looking for an opening to the far side, trying to bounce it back to the near side. And I think they're going to give him back to the original line of scrimmage, but we'll wait and see what the officials say here. And it looks like, yeah, they're going to mark him down for no gain. Pesky from the gun again on a 2nd and 10 from the 15. No, you're fine. Curd in the backfield, 2 receivers left, 1 right. Pesky following Curd, looking for the right corner. He's got 5, 6, 7. He jumped ahead. I don't know where exactly he went out of bounds. That will be kind of the deciding factor there if this is a first down or not. I think it is. Yeah, looks like they will move the chains. Looks like he's marked down just inside the 5, so we're just going to put Pesky down for a 10-yard run, and the Iroquois Lake Preston Sharks, for the first time tonight, will enjoy a 1st and goal. Pesky from the gun, Curd behind him. Pesky trying to follow Curd, nothing there. Now Pesky going to try to bounce it outside. Spin at the goal line, and he's in. Nice spin there. Morgan Bottom had the angle on him, but Pesky able to spin it back in for the touchdown. So Iroquois Lake Preston will put up their first score of the night. Comes with 9:27 to play here in the 3rd. 5-yard Pesky run, and now they will line up for the 2-point conversion as Patriots lead right now at 24-6. Sharks looking to shave off a few more. Be Pesky from the gun. Again, Curd by his side, or kind of behind him, actually. They'll hand it off to Curd. Curd right up the middle. Spun around at the 2. I don't think he's in. No, he is short. 9:22 to play 3rd quarter. Hitchcock Tulare's lead 24-6. We're back to Iroquois in a minute, 60 seconds on KOKK.
With nearly 130 stores in 12 states, Slumberland has the buying power to bring you the best values from the nation's top furniture brands. Slumberland is America's #1 dealer for Lazy Boy furniture. Slumberland is also the Midwest's largest retailer for Sealy, Simmons, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic mattresses. Slumberland of Huron is completely locally owned and operated. Our staff, including sales and delivery, is made up entirely of your neighbors in Huron. So for the best brands at the best prices, along with truly local service, turn to Slumberland Furniture of Huron.
It seems like nothing's built to last these days. Well, here's one that's built to last a long time. Portable creep feeders from Vern's Manufacturing in Wessington. These creep feeders are built with convenience and durability in mind. Feed flow is easily adjustable with an agitation bar to prevent bridging and snug-fitting lids. Portable creep feeders from Vern's Manufacturing are made locally in Wessington, South Dakota. Put a portable creep feeder from Vern's Manufacturing of Wessington into your farming operation.
Your headquarters for sports is Dakota Sports on KOKK.
9:22 remaining here in the 3rd quarter from Iroquois Lake Preston, trailing Hitchcock Tulare 24-6. Patriots had an absolutely abysmal opening week, according to Coach Tom Salmon. His words. And they have bounced back nicely, as he said they had. I can't remember how exactly he termed it. I think it was spirited discussion after that first one. I'm sure a pretty colorful conversation as Corsica Stickney, as Tom put it to me, just kind of kicked the snot out of them. So the shutout in the opening week at home and now on the road, leading 24-6. Iroquois Lake Preston. The Sharks playing here in Iroquois for the first time in 2 years. And Dante Glanzer's kick is going to go right into, I think that's Ratchin. He was kind of that front wave, and the kick just kind of came and hit him right in the belly. So he said, all right, I'll catch it. And the Patriots will get pretty good field position out of the deal. 1st and 10, their own 47. So again, Iroquois Lake Preston, first home game here in Iroquois for a couple of years. Community rallied together, get the field all ready for the kids to play on. And of course, after the week 1 win on the road, probably look to come out a little quicker here at home, but did get the first score and now trailing 24-6 as Chasing Hawk looks to complete the pass over the middle to Johnson, but the pass is too tall and incomplete. So for Chasing Hawk, his first incompletion, he's now 3 out of 4, just 12 yards on those three completions. One went for negative yardage, and one, a fumble was lost right after. So the incomplete pass brings us to 2nd and 10, clock at 9:17 to play here in the third, as Chasing Hawk from the gun. Motion for Johnson right to left, the pitch to Binger, and somebody got a handful of jersey right off the line and spun Binger around, and that's going to be it for that run, and it was Riney Green. So for Iroquois Lake Preston, they do what they needed to do. They got that score off of the possession after halftime, and now a 3rd and long here, and another big opportunity for the Sharks to come up big at home. Peyton Chasing Hawk, double end, double wing. Pass is tipped up. It's up for grabs. Tipped all over. Intercepted by Pesky. So Pesky with the huge interception. Helping yourself, as they like to say, as he is the quarterback for Iroquois Lake Preston. So the Sharks will take back over. And again, a big play for a multitude of reasons. They were down 24-0 at the break. They got the ball after halftime. In my opinion, you have to score in that possession off halftime. They did that. Now they get the turnover on the batted ball and the interception by Lucas Pesky. Pesky now at the helm. Curd behind him. 2 receivers near side are Blue and Carter. Hope wide to the right. 1st and 10. They'll go from the Patriot 45. Pesky from the gun, the snap on 1st and 10. He'll follow Curd far side. Flags come in, apparently not early enough to stop the play. Pesky reverses field all the way back. Got a late block from Blue, and Pesky's going to pick up 7, but I'm confused about this penalty flag. It didn't come out early enough to be a false starter and offsides, but it came out so early, I can't imagine what else it would be. Clock at 8:14 to play here in the third. 24-6, Hitchcock Tulare in the lead. The Sharks trying to kind of mount a comeback. I think they're going to get a personal foul against... Oh, so we probably have 2 penalties here, because there's a penalty, I think, on the Blue tackle. I think they said he got his hands up too high. And I think they picked up that first penalty flag. I don't see it anywhere. So they must have inadvertently maybe thrown that one. And then Iroquois Lake Preston will get dinged on the hit there. Or the block, I guess, by Bryson Blue. And Bryson, a freshman, had to take over last week when Pesky went down with injury, had to take over at quarterback. So they'll mark him back 15 and set up a 2nd and 22 way back at their own 43-yard line. Pesky, little outlet pass near side to Curd. Curd spun around at the 45, and there will be no more yardage on that play. Is able to make the stop is Michael Nielsen. So Pesky to Curd on that completion, and after an interception to start the game and then 2 more incompletions, he has now completed 3 in a row for 44 yards. Clock at 7:15 left here, third quarter from Iroquois. 24-6, the Patriots lead. Sharks mounting the comeback, got the touchdown to start the third quarter, then got the turnover, but now a third and about 20 from their own 45. Pesky from the gun. Got a receiver to each side, back to pass, flushed out, thinking about running. No, he wants to swing. He's gonna go ahead and run. He wanted to launch it downfield, but just nobody open. The pickup is going to be pretty close to 8 yards, but not quite going to be enough here. It's going to make it a 4th and 12 or 13 even. But it's kind of in that middle of go for it territory here because you're across midfield just by a few yards. I don't know what your punting situation sounds like, but if you heave one towards the end zone and it gets intercepted, it's basically a punt. So we'll see what Iroquois Lake Preston elects to do with 6:20 to play in the third, down 24-6. They are going to go for it here on a 4th and 13, just across midfield, about the 47-yard line of the Patriots. Pesky from the gun, Curd behind him. Near side is Blue, Hope, and Carter to the far side. Snap to Pesky on the 4th and long. Launches right-hand side. Couple of hands in the air, incomplete. Knocked away by the defensive backfield there of Hitchcock Tulare. So the turnover on downs back to Hitchcock Tulare here with 5:55 remaining in the third as the Patriots just the one possession here this quarter, and it was resulted in 3 plays and an interception by Pesky. Patriots will take back over just past the midway point of the third, leading 24-6. Again, Peyton Chasing Hawk at the helm tonight as Patrick Maynard injured in the opening quarter, and I have not seen him since. And I don't mean I haven't seen him in the game. I mean I haven't seen him. He's got to be here somewhere, but they must have him underneath the press box, or maybe he's back in the waiting for the bus. I'm not real sure what even happened. Didn't really get a chance to get down there, and now we've got an Iroquois Lake Preston Shark that is slow to get up. Racem Tim. And it looks like we'll get a quick injury timeout. We'll take 30 seconds. Back after a 30-second break. 30 seconds on KOKK.
At Olympic Chevrolet in Huron, count on an experienced staff. Count on a knowledgeable staff. At Olympic Chevrolet, count on a helpful and friendly staff. So whether you're in the market for a brand new vehicle or a used, dependable vehicle, count on the staff at Olympic Chevrolet to help you get the vehicle that best fits your needs. Olympic Chevrolet. Call them at 605-352-6411. See them at 500 4th Street Northeast in Huron, or go online at olympicgmc.com. Drive off the lot today with the vehicle that you've been dreaming about from Olympic Chevrolet.
You're tuned to Dakota Sports on KOKK.
Welcome back to Iroquois. Blaze Binger for -1 and +2. And squeeze a play in there. Now a 2nd and 9 just shy of midfield. Here's Chasing Hawk. The handoff to Binger. Got a block. 45-40, 35-30, 25-20. And they will angle him out of bounds, but he's going to be down around the 10 or 15-yard line. This starts at midfield, and we'll see where they mark him down. The 5-yard line, so they won't even need the chain gang here as Binger goes for 45 big yards and will set up another and goal for Hitchcock Tulare. The Patriots will go 1st and goal from about the 5. Comes Chasing Hawk back in with the call from Coach Salmon, and things humming along quite well for Hitchcock Tulare. Again, a rough opening week last week, and looks like Tom Salmon and his team have responded well here tonight. Chasing Hawk from the gun. Nope. Johnson, the tailback, will get the direct snap left side. He is in for 6. So the Patriots will score again with 5:18 to play in the third. 5-yard Derek Johnson run. And now they will look for a 2-point conversion, and they'll line up with that same look with Johnson, the lone man at the tailback spot. He's got a couple of wings in front of him, and they won't get this 2-point conversion. 5:14 to play third quarter, 30-6. Hitchcock Tulare leading Iroquois Lake Preston. We're back in a minute. A 60-second timeout, 1 minute on KOKK.
I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. Dairy Queen's ice cream, of course. Get your favorite cool treats at Dairy Queen of Huron. Get a chocolate-dipped cone, a dilly bar, hot fudge sundae, or their famous DQ blizzards. And for parties, anniversaries, or any occasion, order a DQ cake or a DQ blizzard cake. Dairy Queen of Huron is open every day of the week. Drive up, carry out, or dine in. Dairy Queen of Huron. Hot eats and cool treats.
Yep.
Hi, I am Tyson Lean. As a college wrestler, I push my body to the limit every day. But after a few injuries, I started to feel like I wasn't performing at my best. That's when I turned to Car Chiropractic and their team of experts. Through a combination of adjustments, rehab, and natural supplements, I was able to recover faster, reduce my pain, and improve my overall performance on the mat. Whether you're an athlete or just looking to improve your health, I highly recommend giving Car Chiropractic a try.
Dakota Sports is committed to excellence in sports broadcasting.
5:14 left here in the third quarter. Iroquois Lake Preston off the halftime break, trailing 24-0. Put up a score to make it 24-6. Gave up a score back to a 24-point deficit as both teams fail on their third quarter 2-point conversions. And with 5:14 to play in the third, Hitchcock Tulare 30. Iroquois Lake Preston 6. Peyton Chasing Hawk will kick it away left to right here. Looks up and down the line. Here's the run up and the kick. This one taken by the deep man Curd, back around the 25, back across the 30. 35, got to the outside across the 40. 45 and near midfield. He is blasted out of bounds. Not that the hit was late, but he was escorted out of bounds with much force. 1st and 10 here. He comes up just shy of midfield. A nice return by Curd. And again, Iroquois Lake Preston, we got a hold, so they're going to bring that one back. Iroquois Lake Preston doing a lot of things righter here in the second half. Definitely much better than the first. And we are, unfortunately, however, for Iroquois Lake Preston, going to have a hold here on this return. So that will not only wipe out that midfield start, but it's 10 back from the site of the penalty. So they're going to be all the way back to their own 25. And that has kind of been the story of the night for the Sharks. They get something going their way, and then something goes quite the other way. Pesky from the gun, 1st and 10, their own 25. Pesky follows Curd to the near side, slips the first tackle, cuts it back inside, and avoids the second. He's across the line of scrimmage. He'll pick up maybe a yard or so. Oh, that was Bryson Blue on the carry. Bryson in for a gain of a yard, 2nd and 9, and we'll see if Curd's job has changed at all or if that was just a play call. That was just a call, as now Blue and Carter will line up receivers to the near side, Hope to the far side. Pesky from the gun with Curd behind him. 2nd and 9, their own 26. Pesky awaits the snap with 4:20 to play here in the third. Back to pass. Launches, right side. Got a man. I think he threw it a little too far. Oh, nice hands by Derek Johnson. Derek was able to look over his own shoulder and knock it out of the air. Because, again, that receiver did, I think it was Blue again. He did have position there. He was behind him. Actually, it was Hope. Could have been bad for Hitchcock Tulare. Derek Johnson gets a hand out there. Knocks it incomplete. So now a 3rd and 9, 4:14 to play third quarter, 30-6. Hitchcock Tulare on top. Pesky again from the gun. Two receivers left, one right. Lone man in the backfield. Pesky on a 3rd and 9 from his own 26. He's going to follow Curd to the far side, looking for a block. Tries to turn the corner, tripped up and dropped. And in fact, one official's got him behind the line. I don't think that's where they're going to mark him. I think they're going to mark him for no gain, and that's what they'll do. So for Iroquois Lake Preston, this one might be a little too far back to go for it. Probably going to have to kick it away here. And Rexton Blue is the punter, and he is on with a step. He'll kick it from about his own 15. I think Chasing Hawk and Johnson to return, but we'll get a look at that in a moment. Sharks to punt on a 4th and 9. Oh, a hand got up, almost got blocked. What a kick by Blue. This one taken by Chasing Hawk at the 42, and he's only able to bring it back a couple of yards. And was that Rexton Blue? What a nice kick. I got him down as the punter on the lineup card. I didn't see for sure if it was him, and now I think Rexton is the player that's down. So maybe it wasn't him. Whoever it was, mark him down for a very nice punt. 3:10 to play here, third quarter, 30-6. They'll get a little injury timeout. Looks like Blue is cramping up a little bit. We'll get a quick 30-second break. We'll come back to Iroquois in 30 seconds. 30 seconds on KOKK.
This is Matt Sibley with Brian J. Davidson Insurance Agency in Huron. You changed thousands of diapers, cut off hundreds of crusts, played hours of peekaboo and duck, duck, goose. Because you do anything for your kids. That's why it's so important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. State Farm agent Brian Davidson will help make it easy and affordable to help you protect your family, no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you do anything for, life insurance could mean everything. Call today, because like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your headquarters for sports is Dakota Sports on KOKK.
All right, so we figured it out. Rexton Blue is, in fact, the punter, and the junior really put the foot to it there. He was back to around his own 10 or 12 with the walk-up step, and Peyton Chasing Hawk made the catch at the 42, brought it back for a few yards. It looks like he's back to about the 45, and again, right now, Iroquois Lake Preston tending to what I believe to be a cramp here. And for Iroquois Lake Preston, they're going to see Racem Tim walk off, and that's not good as he is their starting center. Of course, first defending this drive, and now we'll have a 1st and 10. Moving left to right, and Tim, by the way, also a defensive starter, so they're without him on this roll as they get Blaze Binger tripped up. I think that one's going to go for no gain, maybe a short gain. I'm going to say no gain. I'm calling it 2nd and 10. Clock winding at 2:45 to play in the third. Still that same differential from halftime, 24 points, although both teams have traded touchdowns here in the third, no 2-point conversions. Here's Chasing Hawk now up and under center for the first time tonight. One wide each side, quick pass right side, nobody home. It was intended for Johnson, but Johnson didn't know that. So stops the clock at 2:29 left here in the third, and we'll set up a 3rd and 10. So the Patriots, 3rd and 10, that same spot, their own 45-yard line. Back to Chasing Hawk from the gun. In motion left to right here. Patriot receiver, they'll hand it off to Blaze Binger, and again, Binger is tripped up almost immediately. He'll pick up maybe a yard. And that'll make it 4th and around 8. So we'll see what the Patriots elect to do. This is pretty close to midfield. Again, this is one of those you pick it, flip a coin, however you want to term it. You throw a deep pass and it's picked off, you basically punted. And only danger, of course, is you get sacked or go for negative yards, and then you turn it over. Already Sharks in their Patriot territory. So they'll go on a 4th and about 7 or 8. Chasing Hawk, misdirection, left side, tripped up. Pesky the tackle. And the gain is going to be maybe a yard, not enough, and they'll turn it over on downs. So the Sharks will get it back here with 1:35 left in the third, still trailing by those 3 full scores, 3 touchdowns and 3 two-point conversions. As I understand it, the Sharks had a big second half and a big fourth quarter last week to kind of close that one out. It was a 10-point final, but according to Coach Kaufman, it wasn't a 10-point game. Here's Pesky from the gun. They'll go trips left. Now Hope in motion left to right. They'll give the handoff to Curd. Curd busts through the line and in for a gain of around 5. Finally ridden down there by Preston Whiff. So Curd for 5 on the run will bring us to 2nd and 5, and the Sharks officially now into Patriots territory at the Patriot 46. 1:10 left in the third here. Sharks, a lot of football left, but kind of starting to at least the opening stages of kind of fighting the clock here, down 3 touchdowns. They'll fake the handoff to Curd. Pesky's got some room to the near side. He's inside the 40, the 35, spun around. Somebody got a handful of jersey, and that'll be it for that run. He'll pick up 10 on the run, and still on the ground is Pesky. And now we'll wait. Oh, it looks like he's trying to stretch out, too, as a little bit of a crampy Thursday. 5:05, no, 50 seconds to play. I was going to say, wait a minute. Thought we went back in time there for a moment. 40 seconds to play, third quarter. 30-6. Hitchcock Tulare in the lead. Iroquois Lake Preston trying to move it. 1st and 10 at the Patriot 35. Pesky again from the gun. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Curd, another handoff, and again he will bust through and pick up around 5. So it would appear that Iroquois Lake Preston kind of starting to wear down that line for Hitchcock Tulare. And, of course, the Patriots have been without Maynard basically most of this game. He went out, I think, midway point of the first. And they're just going to let the third quarter run out after 3 in Iroquois. Hitchcock Tulare 30, Iroquois Lake Preston 6. We're back in a minute with the fourth quarter, 1 minute on KOKK.
Rocking Z Acres of Wessington provides USDA certified organic, SCI regenerative certified, and conventional crop production, balancing biology with fertility. They offer a full line of organic and conventional products for plant nutrition, plant health, and soil biology to help local producers, including amino protein products to stimulate biology and plant hormones, amino-chelated micronutrients, compost extracts derived from local sources, and kelp products. Rocking Z Acres is proud to support Huron and area high school sports. Stretch's Well Service Incorporated would like to wish the Hitchcock Tulare Patriots the best of luck in today's game. Stretch's Well Service does jobs all over South Dakota, including installation of artesian, shallow, and geothermal wells, and pump repair, installation, and irrigation work. Stretch's Well Service is your TNL irrigation dealer. Get a hold of Stretch or Jeremy and see what they can do for you. Stretch's Well Service of Hitchcock says, "Go Patriots!"
You're tuned to Dakota Sports on KOKK.
Fresh 12 on the board. We'll switch ends. Patriots move right to left here for the final quarter of this one. Sharks left to right. Pesky will go from the gun. 3 receivers. Ben Curd in the backfield. And the snap comes rolling to Pesky. He picks up and launches. This one's up for grabs. Left side, couple of players in the air, incomplete. Risky pass there for Lucas Pesky. Just just kind of threw it up, intended over there for Blue was in the neighborhood, and also I think maybe Menzel, number 10. The incomplete pass here will stop the clock just into the fourth quarter here. 8 seconds in. They will line up on a 3rd and about 5 from the Patriot 35-yard line. Actually, no, they're at the 30, and they got the Patriots to jump off again. We'll see if that's first down yardage or not. It looks like they're a little bit outside of 5, but we'll see. Nope, they're moving them. They say that's enough. So the Sharks pick up another first down on a Patriot penalty. It has happened a few times tonight. They haven't really been able to capitalize too much on it. We'll see what they can do here. 2 receivers left. Pesky a step back, and he'll take off running. And again, they just got a handful of jersey, and that's enough to slow him down. Dalton Ratchin got that handful, spun him around, and dropped him. See if they give him a gain. It looks like he did pick up a yard or maybe 2. We'll mark him down for 1, make it 2nd and 9. Fourth quarter just underway, 30 seconds in. Patriots 30, Sharks 6. Iroquois Lake Preston trying to mount what would now be a pretty big comeback. 3 full touchdowns to tie here with 11.5 to play as Pesky takes the run outside, looking for a block from Curd, tried to cut it back in and ran into just about the entire Patriot defense. I think they had 7 of their 9 defenders on that stop. It looks like a no gainer, and it will bring up 3rd and 9. Gary's Auto Glass post-game report will come your way after this one. Make sure to stay tuned. We'll get you all the numbers from the ball game here tonight. They are my numbers, and I take them as I call the game, so they're definitely not official. I call them ballpark numbers. They're pretty close. Pesky back to pass, launches right side, and incomplete. And I think, is that going to be pass interference? Yeah, it is. He had his back completely turned. He had no idea where the ball was. And he was kind of mugging the receiver there. So, yeah, that's going to be, should be 15 yards and a first down, and that's what the call is. So for Hitchcock Tulare, that is their 7th penalty. 7 penalties, 65 yards on the night. I think that's 15. It is. And will that bring us... Will that be a goal? Are they inside the 10? Just outside? So they do have an opportunity to get a first down, but it's pretty close to the goal line. As the Sharks will go 1st and 10 from, about the 11. Pesky from the gun. 1 wide each side. They'll go a little bigger on that front line. Pesky, outlet pass, near side to Curd. Curd immediately wrapped up. He fumbled, and he'll get on top of it. They're going to end up losing, though. Well, it only ends up being about 5, I guess. So that'll mark them back to a 2nd. And probably around 18. Pesky from the gun. Again, 2 receivers left, and that's the way he will take the run. He's trying to get away, and he can't. Again, they got him by the jersey, and he just can't get away from him there. This one, it's Michael Nielsen was the first one through. They'll take a loss on this one of about 4 or 5 more. And Lucas Pesky maybe going to want to look into a tighter jersey. I know the pros tape their jerseys to their pads, so you can't really get a handful of jersey. A lot of them put double-sided Velcro inside there, so you can't really separate the jersey from the body. You almost got to make a tackle. And Lucas probably thinking about something as he has been brought down a lot by his shirt tonight. Pass over the middle, complete. The gain down there to number 12, Peyton Hope. And we'll see. This one started all the way back at about the 25, or no, that's where they're going to mark him, is about the 25. So it'll be 4th, and I got to believe, got to get down to the 1, so about 24, or excuse me, 14. Somewhere in that neighborhood. And the snap is over Pesky's head. He retreats into the backfield. He'll launch one, kind of towards the end zone, and it will fall incomplete. So the incomplete pass will turn it over on downs back to Hitchcock Tulare. And the Patriots can now kind of, if they haven't already, kind of take control of this one, especially if you go down and score. You really put the pressure on Iroquois Lake Preston. It looks like the Sharks want to talk it over. 7:45 to play, 30-6. Hitchcock Tulare leads. Patriots in the lead. We'll come back here after a 30-second break. Let's just take 30 seconds. Back in 30 on KOKK.
Cheddar Feedlot of Hitchcock is now selling bred heifers, Black Angus, Red Angus, Fancy F1 Baldy, A1 to Black, and A1 to Charlet. All cattle are ultrasounded for 21-day cycles. Call Tony for viewing at 605-350-0401. Cheddar Feedlot now selling bred heifers. Call them today. Again, call Tony, 605-350-0401. Go Patriots!
Dakota Sports is committed to excellence in sports broadcasting.
Welcome back to Iroquois. 7:45 to play here. 30-6. Hitchcock Tulare in the lead. Scoreboard updates are brought to you by the Mirror Family Hair Care. The Mirror at 35 4th Street Southeast, downtown Huron. Lori and Kindly at the Mirror with a plethora of services. Visit the Mirror Family Hair Care, downtown Huron. Scoreboard, Phillip leading Timberlake 23-0. That was a halftime score. Falkton on top of Ipswich 28-8. Hitchcock Tulare, Iroquois Lake Preston here on the airwaves, and the other games are all nation games here on a Thursday night. Hitchcock Tulare, a 1st and 10 after the turnover on downs. Peyton chasing Hawk, the handoff. Binger follows the guard. Pick up around 4. Gary Zalato Glass post-game report after the conclusion of this one. Take a look at the numbers from this game. We'll get you any scores that go final. Gary Zalato Glass post-game report following the broadcast. 7:13 and counting to play here in Iroquois. Here's the snap to Chasing Hawk. He'll take it himself, looking for the block from Binger and didn't get it. Chasing Hawk diving ahead. He will pick up a yard or maybe 2. Going to set up a 3rd and around 3 or maybe even 4. Well, remember the Huron Tigers season opener tomorrow night at Yankton. You can tune in for that on 1340 KIJV or Tiger 95. Jeff Duffy will have the call there. For the first time since I think 2014, will go to a Friday night concert at the South Dakota State Fair. Goo Goo Dolls in there. Many years ago, we had a Saturday game, I remember. And we had another Thursday game. I think it was 2014. So I'm pretty sure 2014 was the last time I went to a Friday night show. Here's Binger with really no gain to the right-hand side. And that will make it 4th and around 4. And I would assume Salmon probably going to kick it away. But Peyton Chasing Hawk is not only the quarterback, but also the punter. So it looks like they're in a go-for-it formation. But again, Chasing Hawk is the punter, so he could step back and kick it, but he won't. Hand off, Binger, near side, first down, and then some. He's still going, cuts it back in across the 35. They are going to mark him down for about a 9-yard gain. So a no fear go for it by Coach Solomon. They do convert, 1st and 10. It's like they'll set up about their own 37. 5.5 left here in Iroquois. Gary Zell Auto Glass post-game report coming your way afterwards. Chasing Hawk will go from the gun. He's got Binger behind him, one wide each side, and Chasing Hawk taking a look at the clock, watching the back judge, using more of the available time. Pass swung to the near side, pass incomplete, intended out there for Preston With. And that will be the 4th passing attempt of the second half. Peyton Chasing Hawk in the second half is 0 for 4 with an interception. However, his team in the lead, ground game rolling here, 30-6. Hitchcock Tulare leading. 5:15 to play. Patriots with the ball. They'll go 2nd and 10, their own 35-yard line. Chasing Hawk from the gun. Double end, single back, and the handoff, nothing there as Curd makes the stop on Derek Johnson. In fact, that might go for a negative number, and it will. We'll call it a -2, 3rd and 12. Well, Iroquois Lake Preston now officially into kind of desperation mode. 4:45 to play, down 3 scores and 3 two-point conversions, and the Patriots have the ball. They got them there on a 2nd now and 12. Chasing Hawk, the handoff, Binger near side. Got past that first wave, but couldn't get away from Curd. Ben Curd, another tackle on Binger. The gain here is maybe a yard or two. Looks like we'll have a timeout here by Hitchcock Tulare with 4:14 to play. 30-6, the Patriots lead. They will be a 4th and 8 when we come back, just shy of their own 40. We'll be back in a minute, 60 seconds on KOKK.
Grazing crop residue makes feeding cows easy, but are your cows getting everything they need? Corn stalks are low in protein, but Purina's Rangeland tubs are an excellent free choice option to help supply the protein cows require this time of year. Dakota Land Feeds carries Purina Rangeland cooked molasses protein tubs available with 30 or 38% protein with 12% fat. Supplemental protein will help your cow to feed the calf that she needs to put on the ground at calving time. Dakota Land Feeds, your local feed source.
When is the right home truly the right home? This is Reg Kleinsasser.
We're just used to 11-man football, so there's always a 5-man front.
Price, you need to consider,
and if there's a 5-man front here, it's 2 tight ends, 2 guards.
All of these factors add to the actual cost.
There's no tackles.
Does the home meet your needs? Buying a large house when your kids are heading off to college in a few years, or paying for a view of the lake when you are hardly home, probably doesn't make sense. At the Real Estate Connection, we are dedicated to helping you find a home that meets your needs without breaking your budget. We're ready to help you find the right home today. Give us a call, 352-1300, or visit our website, realestatehuron.com.
You're tuned to Dakota Sports on KOKK.
Welcome back to Iroquois. The Patriots have changed up their personnel and maybe shouldn't have done that. Peyton Chasing Hawk went out for a pass, and now he comes up injured. He's going to gingerly make it back to the huddle. The pass incompletion was thrown by, I think, Neil Salmon. So that'll be the 3rd pass thrower for Hitchcock Tulare tonight. Maynard started the game. Chasing Hawk took over. And then now, at least on that one play, they threw it out to Peyton. And now Chasing Hawk's running to the sideline. And again, he's just a little ginger on it. He looks like he's going to be all right. Got a timeout on the field. We'll take one as well. We'll take a 30-second break. Back to Iroquois in 30 seconds on KOKK.
Graph Electric of Wolsey is proud to offer residential and commercial work in Wolsey and the surrounding area. Call Jay at 605-353-5366 anytime, day or night, to get the lights back on in your home or business. Check out Graph's Electric at graphelectricsd.com. Graph Electric, the home of electrifying customer service. Call Jay at 353-5366. Graph Electric is a proud sponsor of Area Sports.
Dakota Sports.
4:08 remaining here in Iroquois. 30-6, Hitchcock Tulare in the lead as the Iroquois Lake Preston Sharks here coming off an opening week victory on the road. Picked up a 36-26 win at Wilmot. Hitchcock Tulare blanked at home by Corsica Stickney 36-0, but here tonight that has been a whole lot of Patriot. Sharks will take over here, left to right. A high snap is tipped by the quarterback into the hands of the running back. So Kurd gets his carry. He's going to end up losing maybe 3 yards on the play. Loss is going to be 3, set up a 2nd and 13. So it would appear that both teams will leave here tonight with 1-1 marks. Still 3.5 minutes to run off, but Patriots again 3 full touchdowns. Bryson Blue is now in at quarterback. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Blue will follow Kurd. Look for a block on the run. Back across the original line of scrimmage. Got their 3 back and a couple more. So a 5-yard gain there for Bryson Blue. Bryson, as I understand it, came in last week as well when Pesky went down due to injury. And now it looks like here getting some mop-up time, if you will, on this one, as this one is just about in the books. 2:45 to play, but 3 touchdowns is a pretty hefty order. Here's Blue from the gun. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Kurd, the tailback. And we got movement from one of the receivers, so that'll mark 5 more off. So for Iroquois Lake Preston, 3 penalties, 25 yards in the first half, 4 penalties, 30 yards in the second half, 7 penalties, 45 yards on the night against Iroquois Lake Preston. Hitchcock Tulare also 7 penalties. 7 penalties for 65 against the Patriots. Patriots got called for 3 of those of the 15 variety, although one of them was a pass interference. Here's Blue again from the helm. Another high snap. He hauls it in, rifles the pass complete over the middle, and the receiver there, number 44, Carter Arbeiter. So the pickup here, make it a 4th and about 5. And for Iroquois Lake Preston, last chance more than likely here to put something on the board. Here's Blue from the gun. He will have 3 receivers to the right. Blue going to keep it himself. Didn't follow the block from Kurd and paid for it. This will go for a loss of 2. That'll also turn it over on downs to Hitchcock Tulare. So the Patriots a couple of knees away from being 1-1. Got shut out at home in the season opener by Corsica Stickney. Iroquois Lake Preston picked up a win on the road at Wilmot. The records will even out here tonight as Hitchcock Tulare right now a 30-6 lead with 1:21 to play, and the Patriots get the football back here. So like I said, I think you're 3 knees away from closing this one out. We'll see if Coach Salmon wants to run plays or not, and it looks like they'll come out in sort of a play running look, and they will. still be Binger in there. Binger going to dive ahead there, no gain. But really, for Hitchcock Tulare, they just wanted to get that clock rolling. Now, inside of a minute, Gary Zell Auto Glass post-game show comes your way after this one. Make sure to stay tuned. We'll wrap it up here. We'll get you all the numbers from the game here tonight, my unofficial numbers. And now it looks like Hitchcock Tulare going to work up and under center, and they'll wait every available second, and it looks like maybe now they will, and they will take an E. So that should wrap this one up here tonight. Hitchcock Tulare will pick up the win on the road. So Iroquois Lake Preston and Hitchcock Tulare, after 2 weeks of the 2024 football season, will see their marks at 1 win and 1 loss. The kids already on the field, high five and handshakes going around. The clock not even wound. 15 seconds left here. We'll wait for it to go official. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be ready for a Gary Zell Auto Glass post-game show as the clock ticks to 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and it is official. Hitchcock Tulare wins 30-6 here in Iroquois. Back after a 3-minute timeout with your post-game show, 3 minutes on 1210 KOKK.
Action news on the scene. Once again, a craft of some sort has crash-landed. I can see movement coming from the craft. Is it the sun? It is. It's confirmed and emerging now exactly what we thought. It is the sun. Ty Clark has just emerged from the craft. He's the son of Kent Clark. And yes, they're teaming up like Superman and Boy Wonder. Father and son finally together. Kent Clark Insurance, Wessington. Equal opportunity provider. 458-2281 for your crop insurance needs.
Playing the game means bumps, bruises, and breaks happen. Lean on Huron Regional Medical Center Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Orthopedic surgeons Dr. Kevin Over and Dr. Todd Anderson, along with the Pro Rehab Physical Therapy teams, are here to get you back in your game. Schedule an appointment at huronregional.org, because when it comes to your health, the right care is right here. Best of luck to our area athletes from Huron Regional Medical Center.
With nearly 130 stores in 12 states, Slumberland has the buying power to bring you the best values from the nation's top furniture brands. Slumberland is America's #1 dealer for Lazy Boy furniture. Slumberland is also the Midwest's largest retailer for Sealy, Simmons, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic mattresses. Slumberland of Huron is completely locally owned and operated. Our staff, including sales and delivery, is made up entirely of your neighbors in Huron. So for the best brands at the best prices, along with truly local service, turn to Slumberland Furniture of Huron.
It seems like nothing's built to last these days. Well, here's one that's built to last a long time. Portable creep feeders from Verns Manufacturing in Wessington. These creep feeders are built with convenience and durability in mind. Feed flow is easily adjustable with an agitation bar to prevent bridging and snug-fitting lids. Portable creep feeders from Verns Manufacturing are made locally in Wessington, South Dakota. Put a portable creep feeder from Verns Manufacturing of Wessington into your farming operation.
At Olympic Chevrolet in Huron, count on an experienced staff. Count on a knowledgeable staff. At Olympic Chevrolet, count on a helpful and friendly staff. So whether you're in the market for a brand new vehicle or a used, dependable vehicle, count on the staff at Olympic Chevrolet to help you get the vehicle that best fits your needs. Olympic Chevrolet. Call them at 605-352-6411. See them at 500 4th Street Northeast in Huron, or go online at olympicgmc.com. Drive off the lot today with the vehicle that you've been dreaming about from Olympic Chevrolet.
Gary Zell Auto Glass is a proud supporter of area high school sports and sponsor of the post-game show. Gary and Michael Zell offer mobile glass replacement of windshields, door glass, cars and trucks, even tractor cabs on site. Gary Zell Auto Glass does chip repairs, and they process all insurance paperwork. Call 352-0836 or toll free 1-888-852-0355. Gary Zell Auto Glass in Huron. It's time for the post-game report on 1210 KOKK. Brought to you by Gary Zell Auto Glass in Huron. Once again, here's Matt Watson.
Well, thank you so much, sir. Gary Zell Auto Glass bringing us our post-game report. And as always, we'll start off our Gary Zell Auto Glass post-game report with our scoring summary. It started early, Hitchcock Tulare. The Patriots score with 7:45 to play in the first. They convert on their opening drive, cap it off with a 6-yard Blaze Binger run. The 2-point run was good by Derek Johnson, and it was 8-0 Patriots. Hitchcock Tulare would tack on another in the opening frame with 55 seconds to play in the first. A 35-yard Peyton Chasing Hawk run. The 2-point run by Blaze Binger was good, and it was 16-0 after one quarter. One more for Hitchcock Tulare before the Sharks would get on the board. 4:22 to play in the second. A 58-yard run by Blaze Binger, his second of the night. The 2-point run good by Derek Johnson, also his second of the night. Made it 24-0 Hitchcock Tulare, and that was our halftime score. The teams would trade scores in the third, no 2-point conversions, with 9:27 to play in the third. A 5-yard Lucas Pesky run. The 2-point run failed. It was 24-6, and the Patriots would get that touchdown back about 4 minutes later with 5:18 to play in the third. A 5-yard Derek Johnson run. The 2-point run failed. It was 30-6 after 3. Nobody scores in the fourth, and that is our final score. The Hitchcock Tulare Patriots even their season mark at 1-1. Sharks also now 1-1. Final score here tonight, Hitchcock Tulare 30, Iroquois Lake Preston 6. Back to the studios for another 2-minute timeout. We'll come back. We'll look at our scoreboard. We'll get you the numbers from this one, and we'll sign off from Iroquois. The final score here tonight, Hitchcock Tulare 30, Iroquois Lake Preston 6. We're back in 2 minutes with the numbers. More Gary's El Auto Glass postgame show in 2 minutes on KOKK.
Rocking Z Acres of Wessington provides USDA certified organic, SCI regenerative certified, and conventional crop production, balancing biology with fertility. They offer a full line of organic and conventional products for plant nutrition, plant health, and soil biology to help local producers, including amino protein products to stimulate biology and plant hormones, amino-chelated micronutrients, compost extracts derived from local sources, and kelp products. Rocking Z Acres is proud to support Huron and area high school sports. Stretch's Well Service Incorporated would like to wish the Hitchcock Tulare Patriots the best of luck in today's game. Stretch's Well Service does jobs all over South Dakota, including installation of artesian, shallow, and geothermal wells, and pump repair, installation, and irrigation work. Stretch's Well Service is your T&L irrigation dealer. Get a hold of Stretch or Jeremy and see what they can do for you. Stretch's Well Service of Hitchcock says, "Go Patriots!"
Cheddar Feedlot of Hitchcock is now selling bred heifers, Black Angus, Red Angus, Fancy F1 Baldy, A1 to Black, and A1 to Charlet. All cattle are ultrasounded for 21-day cycles. Call Tony for viewing at 605-350-0401. Cheddar Feedlot now selling bred heifers. Call them today. Again, call Tony, 605-350-0401. Go Patriots! Grazing crop residue makes feeding cows easy, but are your cows getting everything they need? Corn stalks are low in protein, but Purina's Rangeland tubs are an excellent free choice option to help supply the protein cows require this time of year. Dakota Land Feeds carries Purina Rangeland cooked molasses protein tubs available with 30 or 38% protein with 12% fat. Supplemental protein will help your cow to feed the calf that she needs to put on the ground at calving time. Dakota Land Feeds, your local feed source.
You're tuned to Dakota Sports on KOKK.
And welcome back. More Gary's El Auto Glass post-game show live from Iroquois. Hitchcock Tulare comes to town to even their season mark. They're now 1-1 as they defeat Iroquois Lake Preston. The Sharks also 1-1. Final score here tonight, Hitchcock Tulare 30, Iroquois Lake Preston 6. Taking a look first of all for the hometown squad. Lucas Pesky ends up 6 of 12 for 52 yards and a pick. Irvin Carter, 2 catches, 41 yards. Blaze Binger, 2 catches, 8 yards. Actually, wait a minute. That's the wrong team here. 23 is Ben Curd. So Ben Curd, 2 catches, 8 yards. Peyton Hope, a catch for 8. Carter Arbeiter, a catch for 4. So again, Irvin Carter, 2 for 41. Ben Curd, 2 for 8. Peyton Hope, 1 for 8. Carter Arbeiter, 1 for 4. Pesky ends up 6 of 12 for 52 yards. And also, I guess, Bryson Blue was 1 for 1 for 4 yards in that pass to Arbeiter. So about 52 or so through the air. On the ground, Bryson Blue, 3 carries, 4 yards. Ben Curd, 12 carries, 23 yards, and a fumble lost. Lucas Pesky, 21 carries, 75 yards, and the Sharks' only touchdown. So right around 100, a little over 100 on the ground, about 50 or so through the air. Peel off 55 penalty yards, 7 penalties, 55 yards tonight against Iroquois Lake Preston. And the Sharks, after the loss, are 1-1. For Hitchcock Tulare, Patrick Maynard started the game at quarterback, went 0 for 1, and then got knocked out of the game. Neil Salmon had a late pass. He was also 0 for 1. Peyton Chasinghawk doing the majority of the work at quarterback. He ends up 3 of 7 for 12 yards and an interception. That interception was made by number 2, Lucas Pesky. So Peyton Chasinghawk, 3 of 7 for 12 yards and a pick. Derek Johnson, a catch for 5. He did lose a fumble. Max Gilbert, a catch for -1. And Blaze Binger, a catch for 8 yards. So right around about a dozen through the air for Hitchcock Tulare. Much more on the ground, though. Derek Johnson ends up 2 carries, 4 yards, and a touchdown. Patrick Maynard, 3 carries, 23 yards. Peyton Chasinghawk, 4 carries, 36 yards, and a touchdown, and a fumble lost. Blaze Binger, 24 carries, 229 yards, and 2 touchdowns to lead his Hitchcock Tulare Patriots to the victory here tonight on the road. So 229, 259, 279. They're somewhere around 290 on the ground. About a dozen through the air. Peel off 65 penalty yards as they were also heavily penalized. Hitchcock Tulare, 7 penalties, 65 yards, but the Patriots get the win. They get their season mark back to 1-1, and they send Iroquois Lake Preston to the same mark of 1 win and 1 loss. You're listening to the Gary Zell Auto Glass postgame report on KOKK, live from Iroquois as the Patriots pick up a win here on the road. We're going to send it back to the studios for one final 60-second timeout. When we return, we'll come back with our final check of the Mirror Family Hair Care scoreboard, and we'll wrap up our Thursday night broadcast here in Iroquois. The final score, Hitchcock Tulare 30, Iroquois Lake Preston 6. Back in 1 minute, a 60-second timeout on 1210 KOKK.
When is the right home truly the right home? This is Reg Kleinsasser with the Real Estate Connection. First, can you afford it? Beyond the purchase price, you need to consider utility costs, maintenance costs, and property taxes. All of these factors add to the actual cost of a new home. Does the home meet your needs? Buying a large house when your kids are heading off to college in a few years or paying for a view of the lake when you are hardly home probably doesn't make sense. At the Real Estate Connection, we are dedicated to helping you find a home that meets your needs without breaking your budget. We're ready to help you find the right home today. Give us a call, 352-1300, or visit our website, realestatehuron.com.
Graf Electric of Wolsey is proud to offer residential and commercial work in Wolsey and the surrounding area. Call Jay at 605-353-5366 anytime, day or night, to get the lights back on in your home or business. Check out Graf's Electric at grafelectricsd.com. Graf Electric, the home of electrifying customer service. Call Jay at 353-5366. Graf Electric is a proud sponsor of Area Sports.
You're tuned to Dakota Sports on KOKK.
Welcome back to Iroquois. Final segment of the Gary Zell Auto Glass postgame report as Hitchcock Tulare evens their series season mark at 1-1. Iroquois Lake Preston also now 1-1 after the Patriots victorious here 30-6 here in Iroquois. Scoreboard updates are brought to you by the Mirror Family Hair Care downtown here on the Mirror, 35 4th Street Southeast. Get yourself an appointment with Lori or Kylie at the Mirror, offering a variety of services, including cuts, colors, waxes, perms, hair treatments, sugaring, eyelash extensions, and shampoo sets. Stop in or call 605-883-HAIR to get an appointment with Lori, or call or text Kylie at 605-553-1628. The Mirror Family Hair Care, downtown Huron. So the final here tonight, we got Hitchcock Tulare winning 30-6 over Iroquois Lake Preston. Another final, Phillip beat Timber Lake 29-6. Faulkton leads Ipswich 28-14 with 2 minutes to play. Omaha Nation beat Teal Sposina tonight 20-0. Pine Ridge a winner 55-0 over Maya Pialuda. St. Francis Indian School beat McLaughlin 50-0, and Crazy Horse a winner over Crow Creek 58-6. That is a full check of the scoreboard, and that'll just about do it for a Gary Zell Auto Glass post-game report. We want to thank our engineer Amanda back at the studio. Thank you, the listener, for tuning in. Of course, we'll thank all our sponsors and our post-game billboard. And thanks to everybody for coming out here tonight. This has been a presentation of Dakota Sports on 1210 KOKK, committed to excellence in sports broadcasting.
Thanks for listening to exciting high school sports. We are Dakota Sports on KOKK. Tonight's coverage has been brought to you by
Area sports backers include Kent Clark Insurance, here on Regional Medical Center, Slumberland Furniture, Burns Manufacturing in Wessington, Olympic Motors, Dairy Queen in Huron, Car Chiropractic in Huron, Brian Davidson State Farm Insurance, Dakota Land Feeds, Real Estate Connection, Graph Electric, South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protection, Gary's Auto Glass, and the Mirror Family Hair Care. Backing up Hitchcock, Tulare, Stretches Well Service, and Cheddar Feedlot. I'm back on these airwaves tomorrow 1 to 4. Join Jeff and DK tomorrow bright and early for the morning mess, and Jeff Duffy with Tiger football coverage tomorrow night on Tiger. Your final score here tonight, Hitchcock Tulare defeats Iroquois Lake Preston 30-6. Thanks again to Amanda back in the studio. Thanks our sports director Jeff Duffy and everybody at Dakota Sports. This is Matt Watson saying good night, everybody.
In a bar in Toledo,